Welcome to the stream. Good morning, Grace, whichever state you're in this morning on your journey to Fat Camp. That was yesterday for Ben and Grace, raising money to go to Fat Camp. What else happened? The Healthy Family Force are still absent, but they have posted, I think, a short or two. But I checked the Healthy Family Force Reddit, and nobody seems to have any updates on anything. VP still streaming constantly, of course. Tony Yoman had what was his video? Oh shit, he had an interesting title video that I saw either late last night or early this morning. I didn't get any I don't remember if I got any notifications for Ruby or not. I was probably in her chat and I just forgot about it. I found some other show. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them. Have you ever heard of a show called Love Cheats? I found that show, and then I found one other one. Oh, the guy who filmed his dad, like, driving without his permission. I saw a video from him recently, and he posts a lot of video calls between him and his girlfriend. His girlfriend has Down syndrome, and he posts a lot of their personal phone calls. And there was one on there yesterday where he had gotten in trouble. Someone at her group home had an issue with him posting them, but he's continued to, and he's posting like every phone call he makes now, like to the local library, to anybody. He's posting like every phone call. It's pretty wild. Anyway, I think that's all the updates I have. Monday, we're going to start early at 7:30 because I'm half an hour off on the Ben thing. So if we start half an hour early, we can knock it out in one stream. Otherwise, we could have like half an hour left over for the next day. And then, like, what do you do with that? So, anyway. What's the channel again? Hold on. I think it's called, like, Vinny Slugga. Hold on. Yeah, Vinny, Vinnie, Slugga, Sulga. I mean, it's really getting weird. like to say the least. What's up, Joe? Couldn't people cure people with Down syndrome by putting them next to someone with Up syndrome? I'm not sure about that. What's up, Eddie? What's up, Joe? Hey, Backwoods from way earlier. Grace commented on my IRL, by the way, and said that I pushed my cart too fast. No, Slugga. Vinny Slugga. He said that he told her that somebody called him and told him to stop posting all of their video calls. And he was pretty much like, no, I won't be doing that. All right, so today we're going to watch just 2 episodes of Rolanda. I'm having a fantastic time with Rolanda. I talked to her the other day in the comments. I left a comment that said, like, thank you for the upload, great episode. If you want to see it, it's on the one that's like, I think it's the most recent one. It's like about teens that have drug problems. And Rolanda left a big, like, really nice message talking about giving, like, a little bit of behind the scenes on the show. But she was really nice. What's up, Randy? Now, Vinny Slugga's channel, to me, is not entertaining. It's just kind of it's just one of those things on YouTube that, like, you wonder why it's being posted, and it's starting to spiral into a real story. So anyway, this is Rolanda. I don't know where this is cut. I don't know what year this is from, but the title of the episode is Stop Dating That Loser.
The people you're going to meet on today's show all have one thing in common, and that is that they believe that somebody they really care about is dating a big loser. Anybody here ever been in that situation?
Oh, but Grace commented on my IRL and said that I pushed the cart too fast for her taste and that it was D-Dog coded.
Anybody? What do you do? What do you do? We're going to examine what you do when somebody you care about is dating a real zero. For Ebony, it's her mom who she believes is making a big mistake.
But I don't pay attention to haters in the comments.
She's here today in hopes of convincing her mom to dump what she calls a low-life boyfriend. Why would you go that far to call the man low-life?
Well, first of all, to start off, she met him at the KFC that she worked at. And
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Right.
Now, a lot of us like fried that chicken. Be careful. Go on.
Uh-oh, Rolanda.
And the night he came home, I came home, he never left. He was there. He's been there ever since.
I walk really. I'm a extremely fast walker, and I think it's because mentally I don't know. Maybe I just feel like I don't know. But people have definitely told me that I always walk fast, and I always look like I'm going somewhere. You know what I mean? It doesn't ever look like I'm just wandering around. It always looks like I'm on a mission or whatever.
He came with a bucket and he never left. So is he freeloading on your mom?
Vibes on the. I mean, it's okay so far. I mean, it's. I like the content. It's kind of more laid back. I don't like the A-log. I mean, I think did she take a break from the A-logging yesterday or no? No, I can't remember. All the days are bleeding together again for me since it's up so much A-logging.
Yeah, he's lazy. He doesn't want to work. He drinks, constantly, and
that hairstyle.
He just doesn't want to work. He's lazy.
Well, now, Ebony, he must be doing something right.
Like what?
All right, now, calm down. What does your mom say he's doing for her? Because she's obviously defending this.
Okay, sex.
Uh-oh.
We got one man up here clapping. You wouldn't be that boyfriend, would you? No. But what is this doing for your relationship between you and your mom?
It's went downhill. Downhill.
Uh-oh.
I mean, we have screaming matches at each other. We can't stand each other. I mean, I'm in my room, she's in her room, and anytime we see each other.
Oh, later on today when I start posting the reviews and the clips, I've got a great one that was recommended by Get Crack for Me. 1 hour and 14 minutes of Hormaxer deep diving Sarah the Raging Tomato.
I mean, I always think that, she's saying something
What's
to
up,
protect
Backwoods?
him, and she's always against me, regardless of what.
Well, let's see what Mom thinks about this. Teresa, come on out.
Oh, boy. Man, isn't the Healthy Family Force made for shows like this? I guess they could go on Dr. Phil, but that seems too serious.
Run my own life. Say, I'm the mother, you are the daughter, you stay in your place, and I am just tired of it. I'm sick of going through it with you. Well, I am fed up with it. Stay in your own place. I'm the mother. I am the mother.
Until he's gone, then it's going to keep going on. Until he's gone.
That is my relationship. I am the mother. I make the decisions. I run the house.
Until he's gone, it's going to keep going on.
I am tired.
Until he's gone.
The mom came out 100 miles an hour. Dirty rice for breakfast? Wow. This is Rolanda. I think the show was just called Rolanda, but her name is, if you want to find some more episodes of it, it's Rolanda Watts, The Rolanda Show. You can find them all under that. But her official channel, Rolanda Watts, has quite a few episodes.
My relationship, leave it alone. Stop trying to run me. Let me make my own decisions. Let me run this thing.
I'm not trying to run you. He should. Until he's gone, it's going to keep going on.
Teresa, why don't you think that Ebony really...
I have I feel like maybe I have a vague recollection. There were so many hosts, but I definitely don't remember seeing these episodes. When we're watching them, when we watch Donahue or Morton Downey, sometimes we'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that. I don't remember these episodes at all.
Why do you think she really likes your boyfriend?
I think she's trying to call herself trying to protect
Give me a break. Nell Carter, nice deep cut. Man.
That's what I think.
Wow,
just protect me as her mother, and she does just run my life. Just dictate to me.
Is the relationship that you have with your daughter now starting to?
I saw it. I saw too that how much have they raised so far? I think I was in there, and it was a lot of money. It was almost $1,000.
Affect the relationship you have with your boyfriend?
Yes, it has.
In what way?
I do not let him come over to the house anymore. It is a war zone constantly between.
I'm kind of glad though, because it's so cool to be able to have new stuff to watch from this era of daytime TV. Not just a one-off episode of Jenny Jones that I missed or something, but an entire pretty much run of a show. It's just so much new shit.
Between me and her, it's a constant fight, and it's either we separate or I'll just leave it alone.
But you're not giving up your boyfriend?
No.
Mm-hmm. And you agree with that? Should she give up her boyfriend because her
Is she dating Dusty Rhodes with this yellow and black polka dot outfit on?
daughter's upset?
She's trying to make it seem like it's just me. The whole family doesn't like him. We've had numerous fights with him, me, my sister, my brother, I mean, everybody. So it's just not just me.
Well, let's meet Mac and find out what kind of guy he really is.
Here
Come
we
on
go.
down here, Mac.
Bring him out. Oh, this guy's great. I saw him when I was doing the thumbnail.
Mac, that's gotta be a hard
She's
place
just a
to
lonely
be.
young lady, man.
Say what?
She's lonely. She's a lonely young lady.
And that's why you think she's causing problems with you?
That's all it is. She's
How am
lonely.
I lonely? I believe I do have a boyfriend, okay?
But you need to be with him. See if you
And I
mind your
am with
business
him.
with your man.
And I am with him, okay? No, when you get to disrespecting my mom in my house,
disrespecting your
okay,
mother?
kicking in doors, hell
That
no.
was
It's
beside-
Hell
my
no.
business.
Door
It's
got
my
to do-
business,
Why
okay?
was the door kicked in?
Anyway.
All you had to do is open the door.
Okay,
See?
anyway.
Why is it different? See, the door wouldn't be kicked.
Did you see how happy that guy in the crowd was? They didn't have chaotic truth to be a beacon of hope and knowledge.
Then if you would
If I
open.
would've opened the door,
and let me get
justifies
my
what you done,
belongings.
right?
Wait a
Let
minute.
me
think
get my
so. I don't
belongings.
think so.
Who are you to tell me when I can and cannot go?
Since you
You
ain't...
are her daughter.
since
You ain't her mother.
And?
All right, so
Okay,
how you
Mr. I
gonna
got
how you gonna
much of a
protect them
say-so
draws?
with it. You
How
don't
you
pay
gonna
no
protect
bills?
them
What
draws?
kind of a say-so
What we
do
gonna
you
pay
got
no bills?
anyway?
Well, somebody
Who
tell
pay
me
no
about
bills?
how the door
You
got
crazy
kicked in.
as hell.
Okay?
Man, he came out just ready to go, man. He is on it.
Anyway, Therese,
I thought that was King Cobra's girlfriend in the background.
door got kicked in. What was that about? Because I take it Mac and Ebony are on either side of that door.
The day the door
Precious was with Jimmy Garvin, right? I think. For a while anyway, but I don't think that's the Precious he's talking about, unfortunately.
got kicked in, Mac had came home. Ebony was in the kitchen. I think she was cooking, and he didn't really say much. I don't remember really what he said to her, but it was like a half of a second, and they were just arguing, and they were at each other, and it was a fight, and they fought, and
Literally, physically.
No, you want me to tell you what it was?
Please.
No, okay, he has mentioned something about money, so I heard something about money, so of course I jumped in, okay? And you
But
know,
see, I'm not
he
talking to
snapped
her
on me
about
and told
money. If
me
I
not
walk
to-
in there and want
not
to
to
give
get
my
into-
woman some money, that's my.
Baby Doll was with Tully Blanchard. She would eventually rotate around to Magnum TA and Dusty Rhodes, and then I think just a general Four Horsemen, and I'm not sure after that.
Business, not her. I ain't got to give her
But
a
you
crying
didn't have
dime.
to start cussing at me like you did either,
Well,
though,
stay
did
out
you?
my business.
Okay?
See,
Meanwhile, I want you to know.
This is my business,
Stay out
okay?
my business.
Anyway,
Hold on a
this is
second, because we
my
all gonna get in y'all's
business.
business in a minute.
See, whatever
This
I
is
walk in there and
not
say to her about
Mac.
money, you still don't have nothing to do
But
with
you didn't have to
Guy in the crowd with a Hitler mustache. I'll pull him up next time.
snap
not
on me
giving
like you
you
did
my
either.
money.
You didn't have to
I don't
snap on me
sleep
like
with
you
you.
did
See
either.
what
Well, all you
goes
had to do
on
was
in
stay in
American
your
households.
So that's just
When
Baby Doll, the perfect 10. She's still around. She's on Twitter, I know.
one person doesn't
I forget what her name is. Darla or something.
like the other, this is not
Where'd
the
that
only
Hitler guy go?
relationship that Ebony's trying to break up, we understand.
What's this guy got? Is this headphones or is this guy got a gigantic... Oh, do you remember those necklaces where they were like foam? And you would like... I think they had one for... I remember seeing a lot of people that had one that had like a black circle and then it was like the like Africa colors and you could like pop the continent out of the thing. Like the foam pieces fit together. I think that's what that necklace is. It's hard to tell.
This woman waiting backstage says she's hopping mad too. She's getting some makeup on to come out here and talk to Ebony because she says
Oh, here we go.
Ebony's telling her to break up her relationship too. Here she comes.
Nicola Roberts. That's her name, yeah.
We're gonna find out why right after this. Now y'all keep on working it out.
I mean, controversial opinion. I don't think she was a perfect 10.
Hey, everybody, stop what you're doing. Grab a plate, pull up a chair, because we're serving up some of the juiciest celebrity gossip. That's on the next Rolanda.
Stop dating that loser.
dating. She doesn't like Mac. That's causing a problem for Mom Teresa, who says, Ebony, get your own life. Leave me alone. I'm trying to find happiness. Teresa, what does this man mean to you?
He means a lot to me. He's my choice. He does things for me that they don't see. The things he does for me, I like it. He's my
Samantha Starr.
choice, and
I don't really care. I don't care for like 80% of women's wrestling, to be honest.
care about him.
How long you guys have been together?
Almost a year.
Almost a year. And
How could you care about somebody?
What was that?
I mean, who's calling you? Your daughter, okay, who disrespects everybody in
Well,
the
you
family.
don't have to be called
okay?
no if you stop dipping in people's business.
Oh, so that makes me a right?
You stay the fuck.
Stop dipping in people's business. Come on.
Hell no, that's what.
Hell no.
Hold up. Y'all want to hear something that happened, right?
yeah!
Here we go.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Now, see, this is the way that this is the kind of daytime TV show that I like, where it's not, everything's not on rails, where, you know, like, okay, we're going to do this for 2 minutes and whatever. Like, you can, like, they let people, like, veer off and tangent, just even if it's just a little bit.
I'm going to sit down on this because I want to hear it too. Go on.
Okay.
Rolanda is a big endorser of marijuana. Maybe that's why she's so nice to me in the comments.
I'm the. Okay. Anyway, when he kicked in the door, let's ask him how he got this bruise over his head. Okay, I hit him over the head with a jack. Okay.
And ran your ass out the back door. And ran your ass out the back door. What you do? Talking about I'm trying to kill you now. You talking about I'm trying to kill you though, ain't you? Ain't that what you was telling the
No, 'cause
police?
I was gonna
I'm trying to kill you now. I like this guy's a great heel. He's like a little Bruno.
get you first. I was gonna get you first.
I'm gonna get you
I was gonna
first.
get you first.
Teresa.
Anyway, you okay?
Teresa.
Face it.
You work hard all day long to come home to.
Rolanda, by the way, if you don't know, she's the one that's actually uploading the Rolanda episodes that we watch. We're watching them on like her official channel, Rolanda Watts.
A quiet house with people who love you so you can relax and get ready for the next day out there in the world. And this is what you come home to?
Every day.
Every day. How do you live through this?
How? It's real difficult, real hard, to the point where I have thought about just let her have my home.
She can't win. I'm just waiting for him to break out the Bruno line. You can't win. You can't win.
Let her live in my home with her
Hit
children.
him with a jack.
I leave him alone. Leave
Stevie
everybody.
Ray
Just
vibes.
say, forget it.
Just
'Cause it's too
disappear.
hard.
And that
It's too
includes
hard.
him too, right?
He could be part of it too.
Okay then. Okay.
But
That
you
sounds like
understand
the
what
best
she
thing.
said. She
that
said
sounds like the
could.
best thing.
Could.
From the
But I ain't going nowhere.
Anyway,
I ain't going nowhere.
Ebony, to save your
I'm sure
family a
that
lot
you
of
will.
heartache, I mean, you might as well just move out. The rest of your whole family's
Thank
still
you.
living at your house. Nothing
Thank
against
you.
you, but it would seem to save your mother a lot of heartache, and in the future, it might help you out
South to west, telling her to get out.
a lot.
Yeah. Why don't you?
No, because then that's just like giving up. Basically, this is a fight. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to win. You know what I'm saying? Because hell no, he's got
Even
to
at
go.
the expense-
I'm not going nowhere.
Even
I'm
at the
not going
expense of your
nowhere.
own mom's happiness?
Well,
She don't.
See, now we know that she's not. There's no, whether she's right or wrong. There's no room for anything with her. She's saying like, for her, it's no longer about even like what's right or wrong. It's a fight. It's like I'm gonna win. Like this is a war of attrition. You can't. What are you gonna do? You can't move her if her mind's thinking like that.
Don't care. See what I'm saying? She don't care.
She need to realize.
She don't care, 'cause if she cared,
You
she
need to
realize.
realize.
woman that had 4 jobs, she had to quit within a matter of a couple of weeks. Why? I'm not even in the house. I'm not in the house no more.
I didn't quit the jobs. I gave the jobs up. Because
Why'd
I
you give 'em up,
concentrate
though?
on the
Okay,
job
then.
because
Are you
of the
working,
chaos.
Matt?
Okay,
Not now.
thank you.
Not now.
Let's ask him what his job is.
Not
How he
now.
working? How many jobs
I ain't
he
working
working?
now.
Okay, if
I ain't
you
working
was
now.
working, you was helping pay bills.
I
Hell, you wouldn't
was
have-
working when
you
I was
wouldn't
in
have to
that
worry about
house.
How many
When
jobs?
I
This
was
guy's
in there,
great.
when I was in there, I was working.
Matt, here's a question for you.
In there.
When?
Matt, you need to stop disrespecting her and her mother, kicking in doors, calling all kinds
Man.
of names. We can't do that.
Thank you.
Let me tell you
Thank
something.
you.
Let me tell you something. The
Let me
dude
tell you
was kicked in
something.
'cause I had left money in my pocket and wanted
You a
my money.
damn liar.
How the hell you gonna tell me?
He kicked the door down to get the money out of his pocket. I love how he opened though with, "Let me tell you something."
Ring the doorbell.
And when I went in there to get my money, man, the girl whacked me. Next thing you know, I kick in the door, the break off like a jackrabbit.
Now listen to this. Ebony is not only having in trouble with Mom, there's another couple who is also complaining and accusing Ebony of trying to bust up their relationship, too. Makes you wonder, what is Ebony doing for a living here?
That's staying other people's business.
Star is Ebony's sister. Wilfred is her boyfriend.
Oh, so she's trying to break she don't want anybody to be in a relationship.
And when we come back, will you explain to us how Ebony is dipping in your business, too?
Yeah.
She doesn't look too happy, does she?
Is this guy, does he have a Hitler mustache? First of all, first I thought he looked like Brian Dennehy, and then I thought he looked like, remember Lou Duva, the old boxing coach? And then I thought that he looked like former Indiana basketball head coach Bobby Knight. But is that a Hitler mustache, or does he have is it just that color in the middle and then the rest of it's like gray? I can't really tell.
All right, we'll be right back in just a moment. We'll be right back.
Omar.
So I hope you're enjoying this episode, and I hope
Here's Rolanda now.
you will subscribe and continue to enjoy. Just wanted to let you know that my voice acting masterclass is now digital. If you are somebody who's interested in being a voice actor, please go check it out. Go to Rolanda.com, Rolanda.com. That's my website, and you can check out all the details and even enroll in my voice acting masterclass. Hey, you'll never know how good you are until you try. Now, let's get back to the show.
Before the break, we introduced you to Wilfred over there and Star. Star is Ebony's sister, and she's got a problem with Ebony, too. What's your problem?
Buzz cut?
My problem is that we don't stay
Not
with
for me.
my mom anymore. For the simple fact, tell them why you don't stay there anymore. I don't stay there no more. I don't stay there no more because, for the simple fact, my sister did not like Will. No, because Will did not have a job. Will was not helping with the bills, okay? Just like this loser. So don't you all say loser.
Oh, hey.
Anyway.
I went to work every day.
Miss me. When?
Every
In
day.
Dreamland?
Every day.
What good work is she keeping up? She's the one that's uploading these videos, man. She's even uploading some that are like they're so rare they still have like the production roll stuff on it. Like she's the one doing all the work on this. We'd be watching some obscure South African dating show or something, some British police show or something if we didn't have Rolanda.
In reality, you never went to work.
Every day.
Anyway.
So, Mac, let's hear what Wilfred has to say. Wilfred,
But you
what do
still
you
wasn't
say?
paying bills. You was getting high, but you
I
wasn't
was
paying
getting it to
bills.
you. Did you don't need to see no receipt of what I'm paying? Who are you?
Let's hear what Wilfred, what did this do?
no bills paid
What do
on
you
your
think
end,
of what
okay?
the way
Anyway.
Ebony?
Bills was always paid on my end. It was your end that wasn't no bills being paid on.
I think not, okay? I
Okay.
think
Dude, if you start up with that guy, he's not gonna let go.
not.
I take it
You
that
was so
these
busy
two
worried
really
about
don't
what
like
we
each
doing,
other.
You can't handle your own business.
My business is handled,
Your
okay?
business can't be-
Anyway,
if you
like
had
I
a life,
said,
you wouldn't
you
be
made
worried
it
about
my business when you
I ain't make nothing of your
disrespected
business.
me and called me all type
Then
okay?
you didn't have
And
no motherfucking
disrespected my
business
mama,
with me.
okay?
Do you guys think
You be disrespecting
Hey,
her, you are
Matt.
calling her. That's your mom.
I get ready.
I
Matt,
don't call her.
And
I don't
so that made
call
it
her.
right to do this.
Call
That made
one,
it
two,
right.
three.
Oh my God.
Hello, shows up here, folks. I know you're upset. Do you think that if anything could possibly happen that could make you guys suddenly at least respect each other, get along, for the sake of Teresa, who has sat there in the
She
midst of
don't
this
even
without saying
respect
anything?
her own mother, man.
The only thing I see is that separation. Separation. Different homes.
Separation.
That's right. Keep him away from me. Keep him away from me.
Because I'm going to see who I want to see. I'm going to do what I want to do because I am a grown woman until I choose not to.
True.
Regardless of what he is and what he's not, that's still my choice.
I mean, I don't think the show aired with them, but I'm not sure. Like, it's like I said a few minutes ago. It seems like she has access to, like, I don't know if you'd call it raw footage, but we've seen it where it has like the production information down at the bottom and stuff, like the time coding. So maybe she actually had the raw footage, so she put in the wacky sound effects. I don't remember the show, so I don't know if it was like that originally.
I have the right to see what he is and what he's not.
Well, I feel like you can do better. You can do better. You can do better.
You could be doing a whole lot better minding your own damn business. See? That's what I be saying. If you had a life, you wouldn't be worried about us folks. We wouldn't even be sitting up here.
Listen, maybe I could have a life if she wasn't coming to me asking me for what y'all didn't give her, okay?
Who?
Anyway.
Who is y'all?
You and
Who is y'all?
Okay? Anyway.
You're wrong now.
Yeah.
From the audience. Ebony, this is for you.
I see that him not having a job is stressing you too much. You need to remove yourself, your boyfriend, your family, and go on about your business.
Thank you.
And respect your mother and your sister, because that's who they choose to deal with. If you don't like it, excuse yourself from the problem.
She is, I don't think the daughter is getting the, like, reaction she expected at all. Like, it seems like everybody's against her.
Because it had nothing to do with you.
Wilfred, what's your position
got something
on
to do with me. It's went too far for that.
Remove yourself. That's all. Excuse
Okay, I'm
yourself.
working on it.
Pack
I'm
up
working
and
on it.
move.
Okay, I'm working
You
on
don't
it.
have to worry
I'm
about
working
nobody else not paying their part. You just
I'm
do
working
your
on
thing
that.
and go.
What'd you say?
She's concerned about her family.
Excuse
Thank
yourself
you.
from the
Thank you on
problem.
that a bit. What you're saying is you can't always take such a hard
No, I
position.
think she's in a position that she's seeing it differently, that they're not working, they don't
Nice
have a job, and they're
mustache,
coming,
man.
they're taking advantage of her family.
Right, exactly.
Well, I have a
Thank you.
job right now.
Thank you.
Okay.
She can't about her family.
That's like a whisper stash.
What should she do? You seem like a calm man. What should she do in this situation?
Well, she's just got to keep doing it until she gets what
Till she
needs
gets
to
him
be
out of the
done.
house.
Doing it until she
Thank
get
you.
what
He
she
has no
wants.
job. He has no
I
job.
just lost my job.
He's
2
doing-
months
I
I
have a
ain't been
job.
at
Says mom's boyfriend is a violent drunk.
in that
I have a
house.
job.
You have a job,
I
Wilfred.
lost
Well,
my
Wilfred,
job.
we haven't heard much from you. Thank you, sir.
How you gonna have a job and you living in the street? How the hell I'm gonna work and I don't have nowhere to go? Where I'm gonna take clothes at?
Why don't you have nowhere
Where
to go?
I'm
If you wasn't so
now,
busy
now I have
disrespecting
somewhere to
people,
go.
then you would
Now I have
have
somewhere to go.
okay?
Now I have somewhere to go.
Well,
Would you
let-
like to come and visit?
Poor Wilfred. No. Poor Wilfred still hadn't
Wow.
gotten 2 cents worth of words in here. We're going to
Dude, Rolanda had to be thrilled when she saw that guy was one of the guests. He's absolute gold.
Wilfred, we're going to let you have a position when we come back. I got to take a quick break. But, all
As
of
a
this
performer.
talk sure makes you wonder just what kind of guy, if Ebony had her way, what kind of man she might approve of for a
You
mom.
want me to be a yes man running the house? Here's blank check.
Well, listen.
You think she don't deserve that? You think she deserves that? Don't she deserve that?
She do, you
Don't
know.
she deserve that? I'm concerned about her. I'm not
Well,
talking
there you
about
go.
me.
Concerned
I'm not
about
talking
this.
about me. I'm talking
You
about
can't-
her.
He's saying he's willing to be that kind of guy for the mom, but he's not going to be for the daughter, which, makes perfect sense.
Be concerned about this.
He's actually winning this, argument, I feel like. Even though he's so over the top, some of the stuff she's saying is pretty out there.
Let me tell you what she did.
Obviously not. What's hers is yours, and
Mac.
that's it. That's all I see.
It's an equal
Okay.
opportunity thing.
Mac, let me tell you what she did. She brought a guy to the show today who she thinks would be better for your mom than you.
Oh, shit.
We're going to see what this mystery man might have to offer. Here he comes. Here he comes.
Oh, we don't even got to
Right
wait.
after this. Here he comes.
No. I'm already sold from the hat. Holy shit. Let's go. Oh, we do have to wait.
Poor Wilfred hadn't been able to get a word in edgewise, all the arguing going on. Wilfred, you're being called the loser too by Ebony. Give us your position. What are you going through in the household as you have a relationship with her sister Star?
Well, as of now, we don't live at the same house. So
You had to leave because of this?
yeah, because it's the same reason why. Well, the reason why I think she's stressed out is because of the simple fact I didn't have a job at the time when she was pregnant. I had jobs on off and on, but Cap, just looking for better employment. But I think the reason why she's really hostile about the simple fact that I have a job because I didn't have a job, But
So if Wilfred, was it the job situation now that Wilfred has a job? I mean, would you accept that more?
I would have, yeah. Yeah.
Because I think the man down there made a point, and it could be the whole point, because she feels as though people are taking advantage of the women in her family. Ebony, let me ask you this. What
I'm trying to look at every person in the audience, get a feel for them.
kind of man would you dream for your mother? If Mac's not the right one, what kind of guy is the right one?
Most importantly, he's got to respect her, okay? And second of all, you know...
I respect her. You don't respect her.
He has to know that, you know, this is somebody special. I got to treat her right, you know? And he has to have a job.
How you treating her right when you calling her...
When did I call her? Oh.
That's your mother you was calling it.
When did I call her?
When we was taking you to the restaurant.
Well, I'm gonna tell you who Ebony did call.
And you jumped out the car calling her.
I'm gonna tell you who Ebony did call to come to the show today.
I have no problem with that.
Some mystery man who she thinks is a better guy for your mom's arm than you are. I don't know how you quite feel about this, Mac. I mean,
Bring him on.
Bring him on.
Yeah.
Y'all want to meet the mystery man?
You think she's trying to undercut? Here comes young Tony Yeoman. Oh my God, what an entrance. Oh, he's worried. He's worried. He's got his arm around her now. Looks like William the Freezer Thompson from Memphis Wrestling.
Could you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are, where you come from, what you do, what makes you... Who are you?
Well, Rolanda, I come from Louisville, Kentucky. I'm a Southern gentleman, believes in old-fashioned ways.
And his name is Fred, by the way.
He died.
Okay. Teresa, what are you thinking? I mean, Ebony chose this man for
Yes,
you.
I
Do you know him?
Yes.
What's up, Candy? Uh-oh.
So what are you thinking right now?
Who, me?
No, I want to know what the world Teresa's thinking. What a position to be in.
Wow. First of all, she's got to care enough about me to do something like this, and I'm really shocked. I'm really shocked, and wow, it really says something. It says something to me.
Now, I was mad at first when my daughter was butting into my business, but now that she's lined up a soft landing for me, I'm willing to move forward.
What does it say? What does that say? It says something to you that she did that. What is it saying to you? What is that symbolic of?
Well, it's saying to me that my daughter just looking out for my best.
Emotional feeling
she wants the best for me.
Yeah. That's right.
That's all.
And he cannot give.
Oh boy, what is this?
What are you thinking right now? I mean, other than because quiet down a second, y'all. Because check.
That's true. We do here. I was gonna. I was thinking about doing a Tony Yeoman tribute video since my Savvy Guy one didn't work out too well.
Check this out. Look at the difference that just that one move. You know, sometimes people say, "Don't talk to me, show me." Yes. Well, she sure showed her, and boy, did the emotion change. All of a sudden, everything came to. What are you feeling? I mean, what is making you cry?
The fact that my daughter would bring me all of this way, come all this way, to say what she said, to do what she's done, and to just, it shows me a lot of things, but.
Why don't you look at her now and tell her what this moment means to you? Because you know life won't be the same when you two get back, and I hope it's going to mean more peace and more demonstrative ways to say, let me show you how much I love you. Say to your daughter what you're feeling from your heart right now.
That's why I came on this show, to know. I wanted the truth to come out, regardless of what it was.
Struggle session.
I wanted the truth to come out. you know, about what's eating you about Mac, what's eating him about you. The whole thing, I'm really basically, I'm tired of it. And if, you know, I realize that you want the best for me. And that's what all the turmoil was about. You know, Mama, I'm your mother. You know? You can hug her. You can hug her. We'll be right back in a minute.
Look at Rolanda with the Emmy Award-winning pose. Oh my gosh, Rolanda, come on. Ooh, going after the new guy.
About what we saw happen between Teresa and Ebony, and I'm very honored that you thought that you could definitely get the truth by coming on the Rolanda Show and knowing you had a safe place to go to get your family together. God bless you and thank you. I appreciate that.
Good job, Rolanda.
But I gotta say this, in the commercial there were a few folks going, oh, hunky-dory, everything's peachy king, but before we go much further...
Well, didn't she say yesterday they would pick up, like, absolutely anybody who wanted to ride along?
I know we have a problem with Mac here, but I don't know too much about Fred. Before we pass him on to Teresa, don't we know something a little bit about him?
Let's know about Fred.
All right. I'm 38 years old. I'm a general manager of Granny's Gift Hearts Corporation. I make a good living. Plenty money, honey.
And have you had a relationship at any time with Teresa before?
This is about 2 weeks. We talked, and she wasn't ready for a relationship. By me being the gentleman that I am, I kind of gracefully back on off, and this faded out of the picture.
Mm-hmm. So now, Ebony, what's going to happen now he's back in the picture?
Hopefully he's out the picture, okay?
I ain't going nowhere, baby. I ain't told you that.
Teresa, are you going to make any decision? I don't want to put you in a strange position here. It's already odd enough, I'm sure. But any second thoughts about the time you spent with this man?
Any second thoughts?
Not me, darling.
No comments.
What?
We know what that means.
No comments. Well, now she's got to think things out. Woman has things she's got to think about, right?
One thing I am going to do.
Please.
One thing I will do from this day, I will do what's best for me, for my children, for our sake. I will do that.
Another family, could be your family too, going through the same thing. I want you to meet Alicia and Joe. Alicia says that her family wants her to drop Joe. Why? Why is Joe getting all this problem, Alicia?
Basically, because my grandma is a hillbilly. She does not like anybody that's not from El Dorado.
These people are calling someone a hillbilly? This has got to be good.
El Dorado, Texas.
Oh, yeah. A little bitty town that, I mean, nobody hears of. I started going out with Joe. She didn't like him from the first because he's from a different town. He's older than I am. She thought he was in a gang, which he's not. He hangs around friends, you know.
In a gang?
There's a lot of gangs out there, but he hangs around friends like that. And she's just, I mean, she gets on everybody's nerves. She's under my skin constantly. She's not my mom, so she just needs to close her mouth.
Joe, what do you think? It's got to be hard because the grandmother of the home, everybody's kind of pretty much got to listen to Grandma.
I don't listen to nothing she says. I can't stand her.
So much for the grandmothers.
I can't stand her. I mean, she can think what she wants, and you know, she can want us to break up or whatever. It's not going to happen. You know, she's very prejudiced and stuff. I mean, I tried to get in so good with her family when I first met them that my two best friends, one's Mexican and one's black, and I couldn't even bring them around, you know, her house and stuff because I feel like if I rode up with her or with him in the car and stuff, you know, her grandma's so. You know, she's a big tattletale, you know. She'd call his dad and everything else, saying, well, he's riding around with a black guy and a Mexican guy in his car. They can go out and rob a bank or they're going to kill somebody. You know?
Oh, gosh. Well, let me ask, is there any way, it's easy for me to say maybe because I'm not in the situation, but You know, and they say when people are talking about you, just ignore them. Don't pay attention to it. Why do you let it get under your skin? Is it?
No, you can't. She's constantly. My family lives within a 3-mile radius of everybody. She's over their house every day. I mean, every day. You cannot live your life
get away from. Well, let's meet grandmother and let's see. Erling, come on out.
Oh, here we go. Angry grandma. Here comes Psycho Mom.
Nice to meet you. This is a tough situation for you. I can imagine. What is your problem with Joe?
Well, the main thing, he's lazy. He's no good. He doesn't work at all. I mean,
You're lying.
He works.
You don't know.
He works. I bet you could call their house any time during the day or night, and he will be there.
That's none of your business. He works. You're not supposed to call over my house in the first place.
I don't call.
That's for sure.
Your dad tries to see you every now and then.
I've got school. I got a child. I go to school. I go to work. What more do you want
he
from me?
sits at home.
No,
Look at her face.
No, you're lazy. You need to get in your own business and stay out of mine. You're not my mother. Grow up and take care of your own kids, not me.
I have kept you like you were my child.
No,
yes,
you ran me out of.
I like how she says something mean, and then her face gets like almost like she's a cat that like reached out and touched you with their paw, and they're kind of like rearing back a little bit.
The house because you didn't want me there.
I could read a letter where you
wanted
said
me to have an abortion, so I wouldn't be with him. Y'all tried to make me have an abortion. You said, unless you have an abortion,
Heavy
you will
shit,
never get to
man.
see him again. You're not my mother.
Jeez.
Butt out.
You kiss my.
Wow. So she says, you tried to force me to have an abortion, and the grandma's response is kiss my ass? Wow.
I am mature and I'm not.
Yo.
You need to grow up.
Let me ask this. You know, in all deference, Alicia, I gotta say, I think it's kind of strange to turn to your grandmother.
Home all the time, nothing, you know. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, Candy.
And say, grow up. I mean,
Call anytime and he's there.
she's grown up.
She's not my mother.
But I understand. But what is it that you're really trying to say to your grandchild here?
One thing, he doesn't allow her to come, around our family.
I have my own say so.
In the middle of nowhere, she drive that far?
It is 40 miles away. It is 40 miles away.
35 miles.
35 miles.
Y'all live in the middle of nowhere. We're not going that fucking far.
I have work.
They're
they are
rich.
not rich.
We ain't rich.
You said you were.
Everything you say is say so. We live 40 miles away.
He told me himself. He was rich. But they cut their damn phone off. They couldn't even pay their phone bill.
You know what? A lot of times you cannot pay your phone. My dad's phone is off. What are you going to say about that, Grandma? Are you going to say something about that? I'm not trying to
these aren't the only ones in this family going through this. As you know, when one person in a family goes through something and it's upsetting, everybody's upset too. Up next, one of Alicia's family members says they have picked a much better guy for her. I don't know. Maybe they called him and brought him to the show, too. Joe, hold on.
Much less trad than Alice, though.
That's one of her cousins. They're all down there.
Find out what Alicia's going to do when we come back.
Whoa, did you see that old guy with the shades?
To meet Alicia's sister, who's joining us now. This is Melissa. Melissa, as you sit at home and watch this, all this turmoil, with folks not liking Joe and your sister trying to defend her liking Joe, you say what in the midst of all this?
Well, there really ain't much I can say, but you need to shut because you don't need to talk to her that way.
Oh, now here we go.
You need to respect her.
No, she's not. No.
You need to respect
she was
what
my
she's
grandmother.
saying.
She wouldn't have tried to keep me out of the house. You wanted
Lisa,
me
the
out
only
of
reason why she kicked you out of the house is because of him. Because jerk, he don't work.
You cannot cuss on TV. Y'all can't cuss on TV. So it upsets you the way she's disrespecting your grandma.
Yes.
How
they're
I
taught
just...
that where they live is disrespect.
Yeah.
That's why she's sitting here cussing in front of everybody. She's 15 years old. Sitting here cussing
Shut
like
up. You think you're a big man? You don't.
Yeah, you know what?
Okay, then.
You know, I got her pregnant, but at least like unlike a lot of other teenage guys my age, I stayed with her. I was there when she was at the hospital.
I didn't even think it was legal to have to involve like underage people.
I was there with the
Is that the only thing you did? You shut up
and turn around.
Is that the only good thing you...
So you've got the grandma, the mom is not in the picture, I guess. So you've got the grandma latched onto and is like teaming up with one of the like rebellious grandkids.
You know what? He takes care of me.
No, he doesn't. His mama takes care of you.
Excuse me?
Yeah?
You need to grow up. His mama doesn't take care of me. I have a job. He has a job. I go to school.
Okay, you can call over there, Alicia. Dad comes pick you up. He doesn't work. No, it ain't.
From the audience here.
I have two questions. One's for Ebony. I want to know, how would you feel if you were in the same situation as your mother and you had your own house and your daughter was trying to tell you what to do with your personal life? And that's your house that you pay for. It's yours.
First,
put yourself in her situation for that. I understand that.
You think mom's in jail? Like, well, I mean, hate to kind of stereotype, but I would think the mom, just based on how much drama there is, you would think if the mom was around, she'd be involved somehow.
Listen,
love her.
Let's let her answer.
I would at least listen to what that person was trying to tell me. But, I mean, she doesn't just pay rent. I pay rent, too. Hell, I buy groceries, too, like everybody else. So I should have equal say-so in who comes in the house and who doesn't come in, period.
Now, you're living in a different situation. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have your own house.
I live like 40...
she lives with her mother.
Excuse me,
with
she's
his
talking
mother.
to me. She's talking to me. I live 40 miles away. They expect me to come
What's
down
up,
every
South to
weekend.
West?
I go to work. I take care of the
Alicia,
child.
Dad
I go
offers
to
to
school.
pick you up.
Melissa, I go to work. I got to work. I want to be independent. I do not want...
I got a response from Rolanda where I put the "We love you, Rolanda. Keep up the good work." #420. She responded, "Love you back." Heart emoji. Thanks for watching.
I want to live with them the rest of my life, okay? I want to get up and I want to
Let me ask you. Go on, clap if you want.
Oh, I'd have to reload it for sure.
No, you don't. Let me ask you this, Melissa. Sometimes people say, sometimes the people we love don't do the things that we would do with our lives. Sometimes we just have to be there to support them, and she's already had a baby by this guy. I mean, wouldn't it be a lot better if you tried to,
I just always assume you have to be on these shows. Like, this is coming on this show, even if it's a low profile one, could be a pretty, have a pretty big impact on your life. I just assumed everybody on the show would have to be, able to sign, a release or something, or a waiver.
Try to maybe not accept everything, but just hold your tongue a little more.
Huh? You can't like him.
She don't give him a chance.
Oh, Alicia, we gave him
She listens to what her
chance.
grandma says.
And she has the mannerisms of, a 31-year-old divorcee.
That's all.
Hey, you know what? I got to mind my own. This is what this is for, you know?
No, grandma goes, Melissa, do you have any clothes to wear in the morning? Oh, yeah. Well, let me see. Let me make sure. Let me iron them. Let me do this. She is her...
Is everybody in your family going through this? I mean, Alicia, do you feel that everybody in your family has turned their back on you?
Okay, I come to his house. He hates them. I go to my dad's house. I'm in the middle. They don't care to shut their mouth.
But it ain't just us, it's him too.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm in the middle of y'all's two screaming. Why don't y'all learn to shut up and let me live my life? Y'all are not my parents. Either is he.
Let me ask you this. Why is it?
I think that's also the third reference to you're not the parent. So I don't know, that makes me think there's some kind of reason that the parent isn't there.
When you do get to come visit, you have
like to
such
go
a
do
good
stuff with
time.
us.
You like to go party with the girls. You like to do this and do that.
But you had to lie to him and tell him you're not going out with us.
Do I tell you I went to party?
See, she told me about y'all going to that party, and I don't care where she goes.
Let's see what this lady in the audience has to say.
I just wanted to say, this isn't being talked about at all. He just disrespected your entire family by saying the comment on inbreeding, and you said nothing. How can this man love you if he's going to disrespect your entire bloodline? And you, as far as I'm concerned, you have no respect for your family either. Because if I spoke to my grandmother like that, I better be looking over my shoulder. I'm sorry, but no matter what my grandmother does, if it wasn't for her, I would not be here. And you show respect no matter how angry you are.
That's your business.
We'll be right back. Right after this. We'll be right back.
Amazing. Well, apparently wherever they're from, grandparents are not well thought of.
Hey, I hope you're enjoying this episode of Rolanda, and I hope that you'll subscribe and follow so many of my other activities on my Rolanda channel,
I didn't
including some stand-up comedy, some podcasts, some great auntie advice, and loads of laughs and lots of fun. So subscribe and stay tuned. Now, let's get back to the show.
Quick question from the audience. You're so tall. Why don't you just take the microphone?
I just had a quick question. You keep talking to your grandmother and saying that you're not my parents, and you said the same to your sister. Do you have any relationship with your parents, or are they no longer in the picture? Or?
My parents are divorced. My dad, he lives in Alberta. Lives right next to them. They're you know, my mom, she lives in Stephenville. But, I mean, they're my parents. You know, I understand what they're saying. My dad.
Do you get along with them?
Yes.
They don't like the
How
idea.
do they feel about your relationship?
My mom, she's fine with it. My dad, he does.
Not. She hates Joe. She just called us the other day and told us.
I'm sure.
Oh, gosh. Melissa, I understand you brought somebody who you think would be a good guy for your sister.
She went out with him before.
Well, where will you go get him? Where is he?
Oh, shit. We got
I'll just
another
point
character?
to him. He'll stand up. Oh, that's you over there? This is the guy. What's his name?
Vance.
Vance. Well, what's your claim to fame?
I went out with Alicia a couple years
It's an interesting look.
ago.
Do you think she's making a big mistake, too?
I think having a baby and moving out of your parents before you're out of high school, that is a big mistake. I got big plans in the future, and I hope you guys do too. And I gotta say something to you, Joe. I grew up in Alvarado, and I'm not inbred.
Oh no, having to go on TV to like confirm to everybody that you're not inbred.
I'm not saying everybody is in this thing.
Hey, Amber. How's it going?
What do you think of Vance? I mean, not that I'm trying to put a wedge between you, but when your sister comes...
He's my friend, but I mean, they're not my parents. You know, I haven't lived my own life. They're not going to pick who I live, you know, who I want to be with. I have my own heart. I know who I want to be with, and that's him. I love him.
Vance, thank you.
Thank you, Vance.
Right over on this side of the stage is Dr. Irene Vogel. She's a clinical psychologist.
Oh, Aphrodite stream last night, and it was I forgot about that earlier, and it was a really kind of little bit unhinged stream. Definitely worth checking out.
And come on and stand up with me. You've been watching this. How far are we supposed to go when we feel that somebody we love is making a big mistake?
One of the things that they're doing here is giving the people they don't like something in common with their loved one. They both get to hate the person
She's
who's
so
making
surprised.
The comments. For example, what you saw here with, is it Teresa and Mac? They were both so angry at Ebony that they couldn't hear anything that Ebony said. All that happens when Ebony jumps all over her mother like that is that she's put in a position where she's going to defend Mac. She's not going to listen to her daughter.
Pushing them out of the way and pushing them closer together.
Exactly. They have something in common now. They're both fighting with her.
So what should happen? I mean, not everybody can come on a talk show like Ebony didn't break through, but at home, what
Teresa said something very good. She said she wanted to learn the truth. You don't learn the truth when you're yelling at other people. You learn the truth when you quiet down and you listen and you talk. You stand back.
He seemed pretty like, he seemed like, you know, I don't want to say he seemed smart or anything, but he at least seemed like he kind of had a modicum of common sense compared to like the people on stage.
I can let her learn for herself.
And what I also liked what came out of it was that love was the motivating factor. Like, we do lots of things in life that don't make sense, but as long as it's coming from love, it's going to be all right. I believe that.
You got it, Rolanda.
Yeah,
if it does, love's not, what did you just say?
I said, love doesn't last in a really bad relationship. After a while, the love goes out the door. You know, enough bills come in the window, love goes out the window.
But I mean, just the love of family, the love of someone you feel may be making a mistake, as long as your motivation comes from that. Is it what can happen here? And just very quickly, what would you suggest? It hurts me to look at Alicia because she's obviously
Did you guys see Fred whispering? He's already making his plans.
pained by this. As much as she loves that man, she's still losing her family in the meantime.
I think part of it is the family, though. The family needs to accept that she now has a child. That child needs a family, too. And for the sake of the child, it would be very useful for them to see if they can make some kind of peace with Alicia and
That
leave them
grandma
alone.
is just
Alicia
so pissy.
and Joe will eventually come to their own understanding. Either he'll get a job, he'll straighten out, he'll learn to be a father and a husband, or they'll probably split up on their own. But they're not going to do it as long as the family keeps interfering and pushing them away from the family so that she has nowhere else to go.
Well, at least in this show,
Yes,
maybe
absolutely,
one family
Amber.
can get some backstage notes from the other one. We'll be right back in a minute. We'll be right back.
You need another one. You okay, sweetie? You all right?
That's my baby.
Rolanda.
Did you really, really want to die?
Helping out.
You have parents that abuse you.
Black
Reaching
eye.
out.
Do you hear all of this? Can you tell me honestly that you don't care?
Rolanda. A fresh new outlook for today.
I wish that you guys, I know that things don't change overnight,
Here
but
we
I
go,
just wish
Rolanda
that you
back
have
in
a
the
more
pose.
loving
As
tone.
long as he keeps lying to her.
What am I lying about?
Taking the baby away from me. I can't take care of what I've got now. Why would I want another baby?
You have one in the house, and you treat him better than you do me.
You know something? I got to tell you this, though, and I think we were talking about this during the commercial.
What do you think you do? Quit school, Melissa?
Oh, hell.
No.
You're using
But you
that
know
as a-
something? What is real important is you, as 17 years old with a child. It is unrealistic
Wow,
to say
what
that
a
you two
psycho.
won't need the family. So you got to work something out. I don't know how you get there. Well,
You got my family.
got your
And
family.
I got my dad and my mom. I don't need her. I do not need her.
Alicia, Nanny
Well,
has
maybe
raised
you-
most
maybe-
of your life,
She
so
has
that
not raised
yes,
me
she
at all.
has.
My mom and
Y'all,
dad
listen,
raised me.
we don't have enough time to clear this up, but I tell you one thing, you can sure get a good lesson when you sit back and watch this show by looking at Teresa and Ebony, because we didn't think they were going to ever talk to each other and things worked out. Family's too important. Try to work on
Well,
it.
whenever he calls and
Absolutely.
says
We'll talk about it. We've got to say goodbye.
lying.
Thank you so much for being with us this
Arguing
hour.
through
We're
the
going to keep
credits, I
talking.
love
Dr.
it.
Vogel, why don't you come up here and help, and we'll see you next time on Rolanda. See you. Thank you.
Here comes perpetually surprised Patty up on the stage. It's like her eyes are real big looking at everybody. Really cool.
Wild.
Okay, so this is another Rolanda episode, and it's called Moms Who Party with Their Teens.
Parties, drinking, sneaking into bars, doing all of that flirting. Sounds like everything Mama always said, don't you dare do when you were growing up, right? Well, guess what, folks? Not the moms on our show today, not the ones we're going to meet. In fact, they say they taught their teens how to party. And now they're sharing the fun side by side, like these two party girls. I want you to meet Terry and her daughter, Jenny. Welcome, party girls.
Thank you.
Oh, wow, a Dolomite reference? Amazing. I showed Dolomite at a public screening like I did the OPC Dawn stream, and it got raided by the police because a homeless guy started a big spectacle.
So you're a mother-daughter party team, right? What do you guys do when you go
Can you
out?
tell which is the mother here?
Well,
Oh, Dolomite, it's so good that you're home again.
and so you're the mom.
I'm the mom.
Now we got that straight.
Yes.
What do you taught your daughter how to party?
Well, of course.
What do you do when you party? Where do you go? What do you guys do for fun?
We got drink beer, shoot
What's up,
pool,
989?
go to rock concerts, go to bars.
Go to bars. What's it like partying with mom?
She's pretty cool. It's fun. She's not like my mom when we go out. She's more like just a friend.
Just your friend. Why do you have that relationship with your daughter? Because a lot of mothers say,
Well-
I couldn't party with my kid.
Well, my mom and I, in the beginning, didn't have that relationship, but she goes out with me now when I'm there in Florida. You know, we
Your
go out
mom
and-
too?
My mom too.
It's a three-generational
Yes.
party.
Wow.
Grandma's partying too.
Grandma parties. I mean, not a lot, and not late at night like we do. But she gets us started, and then she'll go home and we finish it off.
She has a few. That's it. She doesn't like to get
She has a
going.
few.
Yeah.
That last girl, I think we've watched a few of her vlogs.
But Jenny, I mean, isn't there ever a time where you can't do that in front of Mom? I mean, is there?
Chris Chan? What? Chris Chan is in the crowd? Oh my God. I was looking at this guy. I thought he was, well, first of all, I thought this guy was great. And then I was like, oh wait, this lady's great, this AI woman. Then this guy's amazing. But then Chris Chan, like, wow.
Anything that, any time you say, I can't do this with my mother?
Not really, because when it comes that time, it's always late and the bar's getting ready to close, so we're already.
And she wouldn't know anyway.
No, it doesn't matter.
No. Do your friends think this is really cool? Do they want to hang out with you?
Yeah, when I showed it, it was free, so like anybody could come in, and I gave away like free shit at it. So you like a lot of homeless people came, and a guy got really mad at like one of his friends. It was a guy with an eye patch, and he got really mad, and he like threw his popcorn up against the wall.
They always come.
Yeah.
Yeah, her friends love me.
She comes at parties at our house and.
Yeah. Is this a special way that you have found to bond with your daughter?
Well, and it makes you feel younger. And plus that, I mean, she can keep up with me. You know, she stays out late where a lot of my friends can't. I mean, it's like midnight, let's go home. I mean, seriously, yeah.
So you say, forget the old folks, let me hang out with the young folks,
Yeah, because very few of my friends, when I go out, will stay out that late. It's like, let's go home, and, you know, it's getting late, and I'm ready to go.
So
and she'll stay out with me.
Tell me, when you're out there, you flirt a little bit?
A little.
A little. Why did you... Jenny, how much does Mom flirt?
A lot.
A lot?
How?
Well, since all the old folks are at home, who you flirting with?
Well, the younger men.
With the younger men?
Well, of course.
How young?
Quite
younger.
Who asked you?
Well, there's old Dawn popping up in here. I want you to meet Dawn, because not all of Terry kids think this mother-daughter party team is all that great. You are Terry's other daughter, right, Dawn?
Yes.
So what do you think about Jenny and Mom out there having a whoop-up time?
I think they're both, I don't know, I think it's fun for them, I guess, but they're really irresponsible.
In what way?
Wait. How am I irresponsible?
Okay, I'll just tell the story.
If you like the blaxploitation movies, you must watch Black Dynamite. Yeah, I think I've seen part of it. I don't know that I ever finished it though. But I'm pretty into that genre.
Okay. Let's hear it. Let's hear
it. My mother had went out. This is just irresponsibility on my mother's part. This isn't my sister. They went out one night and she came home. Oh, I'm not sure, probably around midnight or 1, whatever. And they pulled into the driveway, and I heard them, you know, so I came out looking, and it was her and a couple of other friends. And she got out of the car, and they were talking, you know, and I walked out there, and we were all just talking there, and my mother is loaded. So she walks over, we have a driveway, and there's a strip of grass. She walks over to the grass, and she takes down her pants and takes down her bodysuit, pees in my neighbor's yard.
No!
Yes.
Whoa,
Yes.
wifey.
It's like the neighbors are looking out the window. Don't mind my mother there.
No, it's not. It's not so much that, okay, we have neighbors on our left that are, you know, young and they party. Our neighbors on our right are more respectable, you know. And then I'm screaming, you know, either get back in the car or get in the house, and I'm screaming, you know.
Sweet Sweetback's badass song. I played that they weren't just homeless people, but it was mostly homeless people that came out to watch that.
She's yelling at me like she always does.
Rated X by an all-white jury.
Being kind of rude, you know, Jesus, this is my mother. So then, you know, the other kids in the other women in the car are saying, oh, don't worry about it, she'll be okay. And I'm screaming, being really rude, but how do you react to something like that? I was being really rude.
like the mother here.
She is. She acts like the mother. Yeah.
So when your daughter's screaming at you while you're...
I'm telling her to go to bed.
You're telling her to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm the mother here, right? I'm the responsible
How
one.
do you flip that role when you've been the party girl all night? How do you suddenly become a responsible mother?
Well, because I am the mother and I am responsible. Yeah.
So no, she is responsible only when we go out and get
Yeah, I'm not
loaded.
saying she's an awful mother. I think it's cool what they do, but
show some consideration on the weeknights.
Consideration for
on
you.
the weeknights, they blast their stereo, and they smoke. No, just let me finish, please. I have to get up early, on the weekend mornings. And I have to get up, and you all crank your stereo, and I'm just like, I can't sleep.
Crank it.
So I go out there, and I nag at you, and you say
Yes,
nag,
but
nag, nag, and I do nag at you.
From the audience.
It sounds to me like there's a certain a psychological term called parentification, where the daughter switches.
Where you go, girl?
Actually.
What college are you in?
I go to Columbia College of South Carolina.
Columbia, you're doing a good job. All right. So let's go back to parentification. Could you describe that for us?
That's when a child switches roles with the parent, where the child may have to become more.
Grace. I think what we're dealing with here is parentification. Are you familiar with that term, Grace?
Responsible than the parent. Not saying that you're a bad parent, ma'am, but when you go out with your child, it seems like Dawn sometimes has to, take the reins and keep everything in control. And that's not a bad thing, but that looks like what's happened
If I was in the audience, I would just be like, nerdy.
here.
Mm-hmm. Does that put a lot of pressure on you, Dawn, to have to grow up and be...
No, not really. It's just that, she says whenever I go out, she says, I worry about you, getting home safe or whatever. What, she thinks I don't worry about her, She doesn't call. She says, I'm going to go out for a beer, and she comes home 8 hours later. It took you an awful long time to drink that beer.
I don't say a beer.
Yes, you do.
From the audience.
I'd just like to know, how old are the daughters, and where is your
blessing.
husband?
Whose husband? My husband?
Well,
I'm divorced.
How old are you, Jenny?
I'm 23.
23. And Dawn?
I'm 19.
And the husband? Daddy?
I'm divorced.
Divorced.
I'm
Okay.
divorced.
All right. Well, there's
That
one
outfit is
story.
awful.
And, coming up next, one guy we spoke with says that, he admires Terry a lot. In fact, he says it's all that fun she's having and all that flirting she's doing that makes him admire her so much. He says he's got a secret crush on Terry. Terry, you don't know who this man is, do you? A little surprise there. We're going to find out who the mystery man is right after this. And I hope he didn't see you in that lawn.
You go, Rolanda.
To this young lady here, we were saying most of us can't imagine partying with our parents, but we're talking to moms today and kids who do party together. So anyway, what was your question?
Yes, I'd like to know, how responsible is a mother if she's peeing in the grass and partying with her daughter and teaching her daughter how to drink?
How responsible? I've got a very good job that I've had for 14 years.
But what kind of mother teaches her daughter how to drink?
It's not that I'm teaching her how to drink. It's that we go out and party together and have fun together.
What kind of influence are you setting for your daughter
She's
if
not
you're
setting
going
an
out?
Influence.
I mean, you're going out drinking. You're teaching her how to drink. You're going out for a beer and come back home
anyway.
drunk.
I go out anyway without her all the time. She would be doing it. She would be doing it anyway.
Hello, come here. Stand up, stand up.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this. I mean, I think it's cool that mothers and daughters, or sons and parents or whatever, can go out and do things on their own. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. I personally wouldn't do that with my parents, but I've stayed up till 2, 3 in the morning talking about economic and political theory with my mom, which a lot of people here may think is even weirder than peeing on grass with your parents. So, who knows?
Who knows? What are you going to do? Come on, stand up. Wait, let me ask you this. How many people in the audience wish they could party with their parents?
What's in the chat if you want to party with your parents?
All over there. What'd you say?
How many do?
How many do party with your parents?
Yeah.
A lot of people partying with your... Is this your child?
The lady dressed like Austin Powers parties with her parents.
My nephew.
Your nephew.
My brother, and they okay.
And they're okay. And this is party mom over here.
Okay.
Okay. And why do you party with your kid? What is the greatest thing about it? Because you enthusiastically said, I party with my...
We have a better relationship, and which she can be open, kids can be more open with you, which you don't have to run to nobody else, and
Rolanda's
things that
so
you wouldn't normally
good.
talk to your parents
Are
about.
you seeing these reactions from her? I mean, come on.
Well, Me and my mother, we talk, and people be like, "Isn't that your mother?" Yeah.
That's the collab this channel really needs. I need to do IRL with Rolanda.
It's my mother, but that's the understanding we have.
Yeah.
You know, and she took us all
Well, I'll have a struggle session with Rolanda, and she can break down why I'm addicted to Boyd.
to our first dance.
Yeah.
And my mother had 14 kids.
Whoa!
Okay.
That's amazing. Boy, that's a walking party. Yes, ma'am.
It seems like it's two issues going on. It's all right for your mother to party with her sister, but it's also seemed like a jealousy of the sister relationship with her mother.
Jenny and Terry, how do you guys get along?
Dawn and Jenny.
I'm sorry, Dawn and Jenny.
Good.
Good?
We partied
together, too.
No,
I mean,
it's not
she just
jealousy. I go out and party, but not with my mom, you know? I'm not jealous.
You just don't get it, Dawn, huh? Well, let's go back to that secret admirer who says he loves the fact that you party with your daughter. He says you're the most fun person.
My parents were like conservative, heavily Christian conservative, so they probably wouldn't have been down to party.
You're a little flirtatious, and he loves that about you. Any idea who it is?
No.
Could you try to guess?
Tuffley?
Can you guess?
Derek?
Well, let's see. Come on out. Is this Derek?
Oh, look at this guy. Oh, my Lord.
Me neither.
Hey, Derek. Now, don't be whispering in her ear yet.
Okay.
Derek, come on, tell us how you say you got a secret. Well, it's not secret anymore, but you have you have a crush on Terry.
Sure.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
22. Now, there's some folks saying Terry is the luckiest woman in the world.
What's wrong with that?
What is it you...
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, I don't, there's no like, yeah, I don't, yeah, anybody who knows me peripherally, anybody who like is from where I'm from, like definitely knows that I smoke. But it's legal and it's medicinal, so it's really hard to, in this day and age, it's hard to be too outwardly judgy about it, I think.
I didn't say anything was wrong. I said you're lucky.
I'm robbing the cradle?
Wait a minute, hold on. What did you say? What did you say? Stand up, come on.
Yeah, I said a hand that rocks the cradle.
Oh,
that's what
you
I
think
said.
that's too young?
Yes, but she is old enough
What's the Tri-City area?
to be his mother. And yeah, and grandmother
And?
also.
So, Derek, what do you say in response to that?
Look at her.
Look at her.
No, he should be going with
Well,
Derek should be going with one of her daughters, not with the
Oh,
mother.
there you go, buddy.
wait a minute, what?
I'm a big Elizabeth Holmes fan.
Wait a minute. That's another show. So, wait a minute. Wait, let me get this right. Jenny and Derek used to date.
Right.
A long time
We
ago.
dated in high school, and then he lived with
I
us
don't
for a
think
while.
so, then.
My
Backwards.
ex-boyfriend dates my mother. That's another show, but sure.
But we're not dating.
You're not dating.
He did live with us for a while.
So what do you think about this crush Derek has on
She
you?
says, oh my God.
What do you think about this crush Derek has on you?
Well, I'm kind of surprised. I'm going to kill him.
So, Derek, what are you going to do?
Nothing.
You going to ask her out, or you just wanted to tell her?
Oh, I'll just tell her.
Just tell her.
That's fine.
Okay. I want you to meet Teresa now and her party buddy, her 16-year-old son, Jeremiah.
What?
Folks in their small Texas town say if you're looking for a good time, well, buddy, go down to their house.
Oh my God, this would be big on
We'll be
TikTok
right back
now.
and talk to this mother-son team. And I'm gonna go to their house. They have a good time, right?
Oh my God. I think Rolanda is a better show than most of the shows that I watched during this era. I mean, there were some that were like, you know, maybe like a little bit better just because they were so like outrageous. But I think all the topics have been good so far, and like the guest selection's been on point.
We were just talking to...
I don't think I can do that I think that's against YouTube terms of service. But I don't have access to the archive anyway. I'm just a managing moderator, I think.
Teresa and her party buddy, 16-year-old son, Jeremiah. Good time at your house. Folks in Texas are saying that's the place to be if you want a good party. What in the world do y'all do at your house?
We do.
Wow, 36
we party. We party.
All the time?
It's like whenever somebody shows up, it seems like the whole town shows up. You know, so it's like, you know, everybody around here, I live on a bunch of acres, and it's out in the country, and we live in this little town, Christian town type. And so, of course, there's nothing for the kids to do over there, nothing. And when I talk about people, you know, that are partying at the house, we're not just talking about 16-year-olds, you know, we're talking from 16 on up.
So there are lots of parents and kids partying?
No parents. I'm the only parent.
You're the only parent?
I'm the only parent.
So Jeremiah, why is it that your house has suddenly become the party spot?
Well, they just feel like they got a place to crash whenever they're hungover and stuff, and they don't want to go hungover.
Oh, so they not only party, they spend the night too?
Yeah. Yeah, whenever they can't drive home, you know,
It's wild that you could just have, I really didn't know that you could bring like kids on these shows unless it was like a Dr. Phil type show. It's crazy you could have this kind of a story back in the day. Like now you would for sure be like, if you were a parent partying with your 16-year-old kid, you'd be a millionaire from TikTok videos, but like you would definitely be like heavily scrutinized.
It's a lot safer instead of them going home intoxicated.
You know,
I don't want to lose any friends to drunk driving.
Yeah, well, that's smart.
When
they come, I have a little bucket thing, and they drop their keys in. Hey, come on, you're going to go. And when they get ready to leave, they dig through. If they can't find their keys, I know they're too intoxicated.
Good for you, Mom. Good for you. Good for you.
What?
I think it's commendable that you look out for the kids, and it's better to have them at home.
What?
But the legal drinking age is 21. Aren't you a little bit concerned about that?
Were you?
Excuse me?
Were you?
When what?
Were you concerned about the legal age of drinking? Did you drink underage? Are you talking?
I drank underage. You got me. I drank underage. But
I understand. I know.
But I didn't. My mother, I would never have done it in front of my mother, neither my friend.
Well, I wouldn't either. But you know what? Maybe it's that rebellion in me that's all of a sudden come out. But you know, I'm going to tell you something right now, that these kids out here are going to do it. Behind your back or in front of you. Yeah. The reason I do it with my kids, my son and I'm aware of it because, you know, I know where he's at.
Right.
I know he's not going to be in an accident or kill somebody else or get a DWI. You know, he's there with me. And I just recently been through a divorce. And it was very, very...
You wouldn't have them go through a little game to see if they were sober enough to pull their keys out?
Bad, you know? So now I'm getting kind of a new lease on life. And I like to...
Well, if you like party moms, Lifetime has quite a few great party mom movies.
I like to get high.
Like including Party Mom.
Bleep, bleep. But what I'm saying is that with all the medicated drugs that they have out there, which they put me on because they had diagnosed me as manic depressive at the time, and I thought to myself, forget the drugs.
So we have a woman who is diagnosed manic depressive, is taking medicine for being manic depressive, and is heavily drinking, period, let alone with like children. Wow.
All of a sudden I came alive again, or manic, or whatever they want to call it.
What a
and
wreck.
I sat back and I hit on, did something, and I thought, oh, boy, that's
Depression gone.
Depression's gone.
Jeremiah, do you ever think Mom's going too far?
No. I think it's all good, you know? Because she's sitting there, you know, I'm partying with my mom, man. You know, there ain't no safer place for me to be except for at my house.
How about school, the lady said?
Would I party with Courtney Thorpe? Sure. Why not?
School? Party at school?
No. How are you doing in school?
Oh, at school? I'm doing pretty good.
All right. Well,
good.
Teresa's daughter, Charity, says she's so embarrassed by her mom.
If she would agree to play the ukulele. I want at least like one ukulele song.
Mom's partying that she up and had to move out the house. She couldn't take it
That's my
anymore.
favorite Courtney
We're going to talk with Charity when we come back.
I just don't think you should be drinking if you're on like, and again, if you're just a person, whatever. But like when there are kids, when your kids are involved or other people's kids are involved, like mixing, you know, mental health medications with like heavy alcohol.
So, did you like that segment? If so, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Be sure to hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when my next video drops or uploads.
Welcome back, everybody.
nice.
We're talking to moms today who party with their kids and they say they're proud of it. You say what?
I agree with having a positive relationship with your parents, but how, in particular for these three ladies here, how do you expect your daughter to respect you by not yelling at you if you're disrespecting yourself by...
I love it when they take it seriously. I feel the same way about panels when somebody comes on to an obviously just ridiculous situation, but they try to look at it with like logic and sincerity. It always cracks me up.
Peeing in somebody else's grass and
Well,
stuff.
she does respect me.
What you just said earlier that she was yelling at you and she doesn't, you know.
You mean you disrespect somebody after they take an outdoor tinkle?
Apparently they're not respecting themselves. They don't care what they're doing to, you know, embarrass themselves. So
What
how
you're
do
saying
you
is a
expect
mother
your
shouldn't
daughter-
be embarrassing myself. It was 3 in the morning.
You were in somebody else's yard, darling.
It was my next door neighbor, and who we know very well.
Does that make it right? I mean, you're coming out here slow.
Wow, he's really getting down.
How do you expect your
That's
daughter
right.
how do you expect your daughter to respect you if you're doing things like that? I mean,
She does respect me.
I respect her.
but you're yelling at her, right?
Yes, I'm yelling at her. How else would you react to something like that?
You
know,
can
I'm
yell.
just like-
You can respect somebody and still yell at them.
Let me ask you this though: How do you discipline after that? If you've established a friendship kind of thing with your daughter, and then something goes on where you have to discipline.
Dawn doesn't need a lot of discipline.
Okay, well, what about Jenny?
Maybe I do, yeah.
But I'm talking about with Jenny, when you and Jenny are out partying and you say the next day, okay, get up, clean up the kitchen, clean up your room.
Well,
She says,
she
Mom, I
doesn't
got the
live-
same hangover you do.
She doesn't live with her. She has her own apartment. She's 23 years old.
Okay,
Yeah, but Mother, before that, you know, you've said, oh, she's probably our...
So you think this behavior is probably like an overcorrection from when she felt like stifled in her marriage?
drinking and getting drunk, and she probably doesn't want to come because she has a hangover, you know? And then at the same time, you're doing the same thing. You know, sometimes you don't want to get up on some mornings because you have a hangover, but, you know, Jenny does the same thing, and you get mad at her.
So how do you make discipline work after you've been partying as friends all night? How do you switch up and act as mother the next day? And when I'm on discipline
Oh, she doesn't have a problem with that. No, she doesn't have a problem with acting like mother the next day. No.
You know, I want to ask you something. First of all, who has it when you really have to go? You know, guys, they can kind of just, you know, whip it out anywhere they want, right?
That's right.
She could have walked with a girl. I've done that. I'm sorry, but I've done that.
Thank you.
They're applauding it.
In your respectable neighbor's yard, she could have walked she could have walked in the house and went to the bathroom.
It doesn't matter.
And she had a bodysuit on. She had to get
It doesn't matter. When you gotta go, you gotta go, man.
She could have walked
Oh
in the
my
house.
God.
Jesus, she
Tell the audience.
Okay, I have a comment for everybody. Hello, I have a comment for everybody.
Yes, this subject's getting old.
Okay, go on.
I'm glad that you're going out with your mother, because at least you're going out with somebody that you trust, that somebody that won't lead her in the wrong direction or won't lead him in the wrong direction. You know what I mean? Like somebody who won't peer pressure to take drugs or something. You know, at least she's with someone, you know. And also, don't you think that you're setting, like, when he gets older, don't you think he'll be too wild? You know, when, your son. He won't get a job. You won't, you know, don't you think he'll be too wild?
He's probably booking the guests at the minimum.
Thank you, honey.
Can I respond to that?
Let him respond to that. Let him respond to that.
Well, I'm in a deal called Career Prep, and I'm already got my life set for me ahead right now. You know, I'm gonna major in electronics and stuff like that. I'm already in computers and stuff, so it doesn't really matter what you say about me not getting a job because I know I'm right.
Well, now,
I'll get a
Jeremiah's
job.
sister, Charity, is one teenager who says she feels uncomfortable with this whole idea of kids and moms partying together. So, Charity, why? What's your position?
Well, the fact that it's my
2 Dahmers in the crowd, by the way.
mom we're partying with, you know, she's setting the example for us to follow, and it kind of conflicts with, I guess, my moral values. I mean, she did something right.
Oh, there. Okay, here's one. Well, he's kind of an old Dahmer, I guess.
Which, by the way, I did set these morals in
I was
them
about to
as
say
they were
that,
younger.
if you'd let me continue.
Okay.
But Charity, you got she must have done something right since, you know, I'm feeling this way and she raised me, but, you know, somewhere along the line it kind of turned over.
Mom flipped the script
If it clashes with your morals, why'd you party with us earlier?
Ooh.
To answer that,
Wow.
I feel like it's okay to party, but with your mom, it's been a very...
It's been really hard with
conflict, yeah.
Yeah,
You know, this is your mom, you know, you're kind of going, what do I do? You know, act different, and I mean, just because she's doing it.
And she moved out too, so, you know, that's her choice.
You know, I know you mean party, but there's all types of partying, okay, that you could do with your children.
Now, that's your daughter right there.
Daughter. And to me, this is a party. Being right here with her, that she invited me to this show with her. We go to...
Oh, yeah!
No drinking, no drinking.
Oh boy, let's make the show all about you.
Together, and we take trips together, and we travel together. And I think it's just so, she's my best friend. And I know I'm her best friend.
But we know, right? There's a certain, everyone, you know, you party with your daughter, and it's gonna work, and it's fine. It works for you to a certain extent. But I was just saying to my mother, something like the situation with this gentleman here that is a secret admirer of yours, and you're a very beautiful mother. And then we found out that he was once with the daughter. That can be a conflict in a future sense. You know what I mean? Because you're both you're dating the same young man. And, you know, no matter what the period of time, eventually you have other conflicts like that. So if you're going to hang together, it should be to a certain point, to a certain extent.
Jeremiah.
And it can be well appreciated.
And I just want to say... say that.
Oh, no, go on, just take the mic and have a good time. This is the best party in town. Did you hear that?
You know, years ago, I mean, back when I was really young, and we did all party. But on
That's I like that. Yeah, that's Aunt Esther.
Sunday morning, you had to get up and go to church.
And Fred had tell her he was going to put her face in some dough and make gorilla biscuits.
Okay, you can party all night Saturday, but you had, and I instill that in my child, okay? And I say this, when a child becomes a woman, you want that woman to be a friend to you as you have been a mother to that child, if you get what I'm saying. And the only way you could do it is to set moral standards, not only for yourself, but for your child. And you got to know when to stop. And when they have had you.
That pan of the faces, just like, some of those reactions were so interesting. Like, people were genuinely listening to what this person had to say. Like, you'd never see that now.
Have had enough. Let them do their thing, and you do yours.
And we have to stop now and take a commercial.
Right.
So we'll be right back. Thank you so much. That's wonderful. That is. Now, what was it that you wanted to say?
I wanted to ask the mothers what kind of morals and values are you instilling in your daughters? I mean, we have enough
Paula
problems in the
Abdul.
world as it is, and I feel that there is a lack of family values. How can you go places and know that people don't respect you? My
Sit down.
mother is well respected, and I love her for
Sit
the
down,
fact
Velma.
that she is a lady. She has class, she has dignity, she holds her head up high when she goes places.
That's not saying. That's not saying.
hold my head up.
That's
Here
not
we go.
saying.
But it's different. You have to have morals, you have to have values, and you have to have dignity.
What she does in her free time, you know, I mean, she's business.
Values and morals. I have values. My mother taught me that when I was younger. She thinks
That's
if I'm,
right. It
she
just
thinks
kinda
if I'm
doesn't
older
mean it screws up
and my
a kid's
sister's
life
older, they
because
can
of
go out
that.
and party together.
She's
We have
business.
when you're 19, you don't
What's the
learn
big
these
deal?
things. It's what you learn when you're little. I respect my mother a lot, but they have fun together.
Whenever I was younger, she taught this, and then she started to pull this on me, you know. But I mean, it was there at the beginning. She taught this, you know. So now, you know, it's instilled in me.
That
but
doesn't
she just kinda
necessarily mean that my
changed.
mom doesn't hold her
Let
head
me
up high
explain
either.
something first off. I am hitting close to 40, right there, okay?
Close to?
Something about this age, in my mind, I feel like I'm 20. Okay?
Oh, boy.
My body may not be 20, but my mind
Billy
is.
Mays here.
So by partying and going through this again, I'm serious.
So you have a new lease on life and you're having fun.
I'm having fun
Rolanda, I've got a special TV offer.
that I have not been able to have
And
in
see,
a
that's
long
something
time.
that I don't like, you know, to see my mom acting 20, you know, and she's, you know, close to 40.
Right.
Yeah.
Why don't you go out with friends your own age?
It's my
then?
life.
Absolutely, man.
I have friends of all ages. All ages.
It's from the audience. Friends of all ages.
I kind of had a question. First of all, I haven't heard anything about designated drivers from party moms who are coming home peeing on
There
the lawn.
are. A lot.
However, the other thing I was wondering is if you were so open when you were trying to get custody of your children about the way you're partying and drinking with your underage children when you're trying to going through the
Billy Mays is a dad's rights activist. South to West is going to love this guy.
divorce. I wonder if you were telling the judges the same stories that you seem so proud to
I
hear.
didn't have to because I had a stalking ex-husband. I have very abusive, so there was no problem there.
How could you make your daughter feel uncomfortable? I understand that your son's cool with it, but if she feels
the way
uncomfortable,
she would act.
Yeah,
at
I mean,
the parties. I mean, she would even flirt with my friends, and you're kind of going, "This is
No,
right."
I mean,
my friends would flirt first.
No.
Right, but that's not. Your friend's flirting with your mother. I mean,
It's all fun and games.
Man, he like lit them up. He was locked and loaded with that one.
It's all fun and games at parties. It's all fun and games.
She's mad. She's mad because the guy that was flirting with me and I was flirting with him was somebody that she liked.
Oh, no! There's another show idea.
Wait,
No,
can I
he did
stop?
not flirt
stopped.
with her. He just let her do it because he was taking it as a joke. Because he
She
knew
was
what her
too.
personality
So was
was.
I.
And she was just attacking him because she was doing it in front of me, even though we were friends and stuff, just because she thought that I was still liking him. She would start to flirt with him. And I'm just
That's
going,
a lie.
this is
That
my
is a
mom.
lie.
I would joke with him because I found out here he's 18 years old. You're still a virgin? Oh my goodness, what I could do with you. You know what? But I was
this is my
joking.
mom.
I was joking though.
From the audience.
I was
Hey man, like when me and my mom, when my mom's partying, man, just don't, man, she's business, bro.
joking.
Hi. When I was
What
in
a
high
nut
school,
bitch
I had
that is.
friends whose moms were real laid back, and we were allowed to go over to their house and do whatever, and that was really great as a kid to have a house to be able to go to. But now that I'm a little bit older, I look back and I say, thank God that was their mother and not mine, because one of the best things my mom did for me was cut her eyes and ask me where I'd been.
I'm gonna get some more. I know a lot of people have questions or comments, but let me introduce somebody.
I would tell off on that lady. I'd say something to her about that she was here moralizing and judging.
Else, and we'll get back to you, okay? My next guest got drunk on her first beer when she was only 12 years old.
Wow.
And guess who gave her that beer? Her mother. That's a big concern to Dawn, who is Melissa's best friend. What's going on here, Dawn? Why are you so upset?
Well, I just...
Okay, in all seriousness, how many people have been named Dawn between these two episodes? I think this is at least 3.
I think it's disgusting that these mothers are acting like idiots. How's she acting like an idiot? Because through your teenage years, why are you trying to relive
you're
them
saying
through your
people over
children?
21 don't go out to bars?
They're
Calling
miserable
someone an idiot
and they're
who
trying
parties just
to
like you?
cover it up
No.
with partying.
I'm a very happy person.
Well, now you're talking about Melissa's mom. Melissa, when your best friend says your mom's acting like an idiot, what do you say?
I don't see why. I mean, because I'm the one that came to my mom and said, Mom, I want to get drunk, you know, will you let me? And I was at home with her. I wasn't out on the streets, you know.
But she shouldn't have let you, Melissa.
But she did. At least I'm not out with all my friends, you know, out on the street getting drunk or...
So this is the daughter, this is the mom of, like, is this a new, completely new family or a spin-off family?
Doing all these drugs and everything.
Well, now, there are a lot of mothers who would
Dawn
say,
and
if my
Heather.
12-year-old came to me and said, Mom, I want to go get drunk, yeah, somebody might get their butt kicked, but somebody else might say, look, kid, if you're ready to drink, and I may not agree with it, but if you're going to drink, you're going to drink right here with me. Yeah. So at least I've got some. Do you think that's what your mom was saying?
Because she wouldn't want me to go behind her back, because either way, I'm going to do what I want to do. You know, if I want to drink, I'm going to go drink, and she'd rather me be at home with her than out on the streets.
You know how 12-year-olds are. Yes.
I think it's really great that the parents can get along with their children so well, go out and have a good time, especially these two right there. I look up to you two because I can never have a relationship like that with my mother. So I applaud you, and best of fun.
Well, you're invited to our party.
I disagree with this whole thing. When I was growing up, I didn't get high with my mom. I didn't party with my mom.
Spock, right next to her.
But I partied with my friend's parents, and the only place it brought me was to a rehab. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when your kids one day have a problem? Say, how did this happen? And don't think it can't happen to your kids.
How much? But did anybody say they drink every night?
We don't do drugs.
No,
I didn't drink every night. I didn't drink every night and get high every night. But yes, I became an addict. You don't have to drink and get high every night to be an addict.
Well, let's meet Melissa's mom.
Yeah, the 90s were crazy because, like, there were really no, like, very few people took pictures, or especially didn't take video, like, at parties and stuff like that. Like, now you'd have, like, 100 views of everything, so, like, it just was, like, a really wild time.
Come on, Sue, Melissa's mother, Sue.
You've never partied in your whole life? What? Now, who's this?
So, Sue, we're going to talk to you about why you served your daughter a
Okay, so those are sisters, and this is the mom.
First beer at 12 years old and got her drunk, and some reaction to your daughter's best friend saying you're acting like an idiot. That's a strong term. We'll come back and go through all of this in a minute.
So, did you like that segment?
Oh, the one people's graduation video. I've seen like some stuff come up, but I haven't really seen anything that looked that interesting on like home movies lately.
So please hit the like button.
YouTube is really hitting me with really depressing people speaking like directly into the camera type stuff.
And subscribe to my channel. Be sure to hit the
Oh, that's the daughter and the best friend. Okay.
notification bell so you'll be the first to know
Who said Rolanda should get rid of the wig?
when my next video drops or uploads.
Before we left, we had just met Sue, Melissa's mom. Now, Sue, when Melissa came to you at 12 years old and said, Mom, I want to go drink, you handed her a can of beer and said, go on. Why?
Well, I didn't send her out in the streets to go with her friends to get maybe a joint that's laced with something weird or acid that's going to give her a bad trip or something. I gave her a beer because she wanted it. And I told her, okay, that's enough. That's when you stop.
Mm-hmm. Now, Terry doesn't think too much of that. Terry calls that, what do you call that, Terry?
Dawn.
I mean, Dawn?
I don't know. I don't agree with it. You know, they say that they want the kids to party at home so they can keep an eye on them, but Sue gets so
You don't like the blonde hair? I don't mind it.
wasted that Melissa keeps an eye on Sue.
Oh, no.
I do,
Once in a
but
while.
I mean,
Oh, yeah, all
we're
the time.
together. I mean, I'm not out in the street hanging out with all.
I dated a pothead girl through most of high school, so I don't really have she just always had.
All my buddies on the corner, all my girlfriends on the corner drinking beer or real hard liquor, doing drugs or anything.
From the audience.
I just wanted to ask, do you feel that instead of working through...
That's maybe the most unflattering top I've ever seen anybody wear. I don't know what is up with the design of that shirt. It's a complete no from me on this shirt.
authority and parental issues that you're just sort of, in a sense, giving up and saying, hey, I'm just going to go party and do fun things instead of having to, be the bad guy in a sense?
Sue?
I'm a bad guy sometimes, but sometimes I'm a great
disciplined
partier.
me, I mean, to a point.
Yes.
I just would like to make a comment. It's a matter of the respect and keeping everything in the right perspective, as the other woman mentioned. I mean, I party with my mother, but I mean, we go out.
Look at him making sure he gets in the frame. At first, I didn't want to accuse him of it, but you could tell he was moving along with her, and then finally he's like, forget it, I'm just going to make sure I get on camera.
Out, we go to the movies, we go shopping, we go on trips all the time. She's like my best friend also. It's a way to do things and how to present yourself, with your child. I mean, it's good to have a great relationship with your mother. It makes you closer.
Way of doing something
No,
with
to
your
be
child.
honest, no. It does.
No, it's
It
not.
does affect your opinion and your lack of respect for them, because here they are partying and doing all this other stuff, and you're here watching them, and you're going, should I join in? Should I stay back? Here's your mom doing
Or
this.
should I be a hypocrite?
Let me introduce you to somebody who's going to help us sort through this and at least
Chris
throw some
Chan.
pros and cons here. This is Debbie Nigro, a real-life mom herself. She's also host of her own nationally syndicated radio talk show entitled, now get the title of this, this is so funny, Working Mom on the Run, or What the Heck Happened to My Life?
Oh my Lord, can you imagine? The Working Mom on the Run by Debbie Nigro. What a cheat. I knew it was going to be, whatever the book was going to be like super cheesy.
Debbie Nigro, everybody. It's true. So, Debbie, what are you thinking as you listen
Look
to this?
at
What are the
Ro,
pros
what a
and cons
professional.
of partying with your kids? Is that a problem?
I was first of all listening in the green room to everybody's comments, trying to think of where I fit in here, and I thought to myself, maybe I'm missing something, but I haven't peed on anybody's lawn lately. But and I listen, and I know these mothers love their kids, so I don't think they're intentionally doing anything they think is wrong on their behalf.
The 80s and the 90s had so many like cheesy like self-help or like how for women to improve their lives. And I remember there was this lady, I think her name was Irma Bombeck. She wrote a whole series of them. And there was one that was called, the titles were so corny. It was like, life is if life's a bowl of cherries, how come I'm only getting the pits? And like people thought that was like super clever at the time.
I think there's some misdirection. Look, being a parent is hard work. And the problem with being as a parent is that just yesterday you were a kid yourself. And we're not
Are you saying it's Debbie Nigro?
so quick to give up that being that kid. I think the hardest job about parenting is knowing where to draw that line. And it's a fine line, because you want to be your kid's friend so that they can confide in you and you can be approachable. On the other hand, I think
Yes, you got it, ATF Media. Get confident, stupid. That was like Simpsons book titles, but some of them really sounded like that. Would I allow you to pee on your lawn? I don't give a shit.
kids crave some sort of restrictions, and kids in general, it's been proven time and time again that kids need rules. They want.
I got into a war one time with my yard, and finally I just decided I was done with it. So me and a friend just sprayed the entire yard trying to kill all the grass, and I thought I finally had it. And then I don't know if it was like if somebody did like a 4D chess move on me, but somehow the lawn became even stronger and like greener. It was a real spectacle.
Rules. They want to be told they can't because they don't know what they can and can't do. And I think most of these kids are, they're adults, young adults, but they're still too young to really know what's right and what's wrong for them. And a mother's job, if she loves her child, is to do her best to set those parameters so that they end up being the best they can.
I remember that guy. He was pretty cool. He looked like the Fonz. He kind of looked like if the Fonz was an NBA player.
Be when they become full adults.
He was with the, I think I remember him playing with the Spurs back during their like little heyday. It's not unheard of, Joe Shabatoni. Caligula actually went to war with the sea. So it's, you know, there is precedent.
I'd like to know if Jeremiah's mother, what does she do with the other 16-year-olds about drugs and booze? Do you allow these 16 and a half year olds to drink and stuff at your house? And anybody who starts drinking at 12 is a product for AA.
That's not true, though, because I have responsibility. I go to school. I don't live at home with my mom. I live with my boyfriend, but our bills are paid.
What?
I go to school. My grades are kept.
Whoa, dude. What? Okay, so she's 15, living with her boyfriend, and like that's not like even brought up.
But I mean, I got my priorities straight before I go out and party. It's not like I just party all the time, because I don't.
How old are you?
22-year-old
22. How old are you?
Yeah, I did actually try to, but it didn't work out. Why would you be shocked that I would allow it?
15. 15.
What a mess. Oh, man. That one dude in the like denim shirt absolutely freaked out when he heard that.
And answer the question. Go on and
That
answer
guy.
the question.
Well,
Okay.
I'm pointing with my
First
hand.
of all,
This
there
guy
are
on the-
very
like, was on
few
the very edge.
16-year-olds there. Okay, there are not that many. Well, I never actually counted because, you know, one night it could be 20 people. No.
Yeah, Dawn lives with her boyfriend, I think. I think that was Dawn, right? The one with like the puffy blonde hair.
How many sets of car keys?
How many sets of car keys?
That'll kind of give you a clue.
Well, I tell you,
I would like to know where this bucket is whenever I end up going over there. You know?
haven't been going lately.
You haven't been here.
You ain't been to a party in 3
Excuse me, I
weeks.
have.
And we'll be right back. Get a minute.
We changed protocol. Sit down. Don't judge our lives. Like we need a better setup with Ben and Grace that we can provide an environment where you can provide these type of comments, where you can just come on for like 30 seconds and just not engage otherwise. Just say what you have to say and then like leave, and then they can respond, but like that's the end of it. But more involved than chat.
Hope, who's a social worker, said she wanted to call and make a report.
Oh, wow.
Come on, stand up, Hope.
You know, I'm sorry, different strokes for different folks. Okay? And I'm not knocking you, but I think you need to fine-tune
Well, I can't stand these people that try to just stay in the middle on everything.
you're doing. First of all, if you have 16-year-olds in your house, if you were in New York City, that is against the law. Child Welfare Administration be knocking on your door.
Hey, my friends, they're visiting me.
No,
not
wait a
her,
minute.
right?
It doesn't matter.
They're visiting me, not her.
about the law,
I'm
sweetheart.
the one throwing the party.
It doesn't matter.
I'm the
okay,
one
it
throwing
doesn't
the party.
matter.
Hey, my mom ain't throwing the party. Sit down. You don't know the law, lady. I know the law when it comes to the legalities, okay? So sit down. It's my party.
Yes, it does matter. Yes, it does
Sweetheart.
matter.
Do you know the state law
Hey,
says that
hey,
if she contributes to alcohol to a minor and one of those kids dies,
she
who's
doesn't
going
buy
to
the
jail?
alcohol,
Who's
right?
going to
They
jail?
bring
Who's buying the alcohol? Who's buying the alcohol?
The 21-year-olds that party with us.
Exactly. I mean,
Right, we told you there's age groups.
Look,
There's age groups.
You know what? Like I said, different. Listen, what I'm saying is different.
And they had like dedicated cigarette vending machines that, in my opinion, if you got one that like some care went into the design, they would be like so cool. There were like some like mid-century modern type cigarette vending machines that are just like gorgeous, or like Vegas style ones.
Different strokes for different folks. All I'm saying, I am happy that you have your kids at home and they're in your eyesight, because I service children every day who are not in the eyesight of their parents because they
That doesn't
cannot be
sound
with
good.
their parents because of drugs and alcohol. But fine-tune what you're doing. Monitor what you are doing, honey. Monitor it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying stop the parties. I'm saying provide construction, provide ground rules, okay? I do behavior modification every single day, and I'm 28, and I'm proud.
That's what I mean. I can't believe they're like it wasn't a bigger deal, because they are at like they're openly admitting like that I'm sure in some of these states that they're like breaking the law. So it's just I just was just like, wow, I can't believe they're coming on to do this. Maybe they got like an immunity package from Rolanda.
Out of it. You are a wonderful mother. You have your kids in front of you. You are a wonderful mother. You are a wonderful mother. These kids are sitting here. You are raising them, but fine tune what you're doing. Watch what you're doing, because it's going to come back around, sweetie, and it's going to slap each and every one of you in the face.
Oh, what a promo.
Amen.
Woo!
Go, girl.
Fantastic. Wow.
Deborah, you were saying the same thing about setting your boundaries.
Well, you know something? I was talking to the young ladies who were in the room behind the show, and they were expressing, they're on the other side. They were like saying, this is bizarre. And these are kids who are, you know,
This guy looks like if one of the AI programs de-aged John Wayne Gacy.
they're lovely girls, and they were really upset that the other folks in their lives weren't getting it. And you know, I think back as a kid, and I had to be home at a certain time, and I would drive as fast as humanly possible. I mean, speed limit, I was getting there at the curfew because I didn't want to risk what would happen afterwards. And my mom was a little strict, but you know, I thank her now when I look back, because had I had no limits, I'd have never come home.
Right.
I have limits. My sister has limits.
Yes.
She's 23 years old. These girls are younger. She's of age. So you need to realize she's of age. There's a big, huge difference. Respect. I love and
There you go. Let's
respect
go.
these two.
Face off.
So that is you. That is you, not us.
If you get this, if you get one of these from when you give a comment, this is the biggest compliment you can get, is to get put into the face off, in my opinion.
You have to draw a line. I'm not saying, ma'am, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you cannot go out and you cannot sit with your parents. I have maybe a vodka with my parents, but I don't have 6 and be like, well, you know,
Excuse me. Hello? We're not driving.
We don't know that. Where's your parents at, so you can reinform them?
A more wholesome, more positive activities to share with your children. It's good that you're doing things together. But with my daughter and my niece, we go
Very
to a road
judgmental.
together.
So do we. Your mother-daughter team?
Yes.
And you do what together?
We exercise, aerobics, shop.
All three of us belong to the same
Mama
club
comes
and
over to
play
my
Scrabble.
apartment
And
to
there's so many other things you could do together
They're burning calories on the dance floor.
that are healthier than drinking
It's
and bar
not like
hopping.
we go out every single
Bar
night.
hopping.
Maybe once every
I
2
know.
weeks we go out. We go to the movies, we go shopping. Cradle, no, he's a family friend. We have known him for a long time. He's not saying he wants to go jump in bed with her when he gets home. No, I don't think so. He's a family friend. So you need to be quiet.
Nice.
I would just like to ask the mothers.
Question for the mothers.
Mothers, were you married young, or did you have your children young, and now you feel like you missed out, so you want to go back?
I had my first one. My mom didn't.
No, she has been partying all her life.
That's what I wanted to take up with her, because when you mentioned about how your mother was, my mother was very strict, and she still is, but she's mellowed out with age, okay? That's right. Exactly. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Child Protective Services here. What I'm saying.
My mom
Very rude to the audience.
I was it was strict that I had to sneak and do something because, of course.
Yeah. So you didn't want that to happen to your kids.
That's right, because I got
Is that the band leader from David Letterman?
in a lot of trouble, and I wish my mother had been there to keep me out of that, or at least showed that, you know, well, if I hadn't had to sneak off, I would have done it.
It seems like that one of the common denominators is you all drink and party with your kids. The other common denominator is that you're all divorced.
It's Mr. Holland's opus.
Sue's not divorce.
Sorry, Sue. You're an exception.
Why?
I apologize. How many moms here who party with their kids who were divorced partied with their kids before they were divorced?
Too young.
Did?
I did. This one did.
I did.
This one did.
And you did.
That was after her second husband.
All right, we'll be
Paul
right back
Schaefer.
in a minute. We'll be right back. I hope we have time.
Paul Schaefer.
Oh, look at Mom over there loving her kids.
James
I may mess up. Nobody wrote the book to be a parent. I'm trying my
Look
best.
at this lady.
And right now, I've gone through a lot through my ex-husbands, you know, and the abuse and stuff. And right now, this is the only way that I see. And if I do wrong, yes, I'll suffer, and they will too. But more than anything, I know I'll suffer even harder. I'm the
But what
mother.
we talk
I'm
about
the
all
mother.
the time on our show, and you can apply this to anything we ever do in life,
Rolanda knows we like the VHS vibe.
it is important that we do set some boundaries.
Right.
Okay.
Right, and that's what I
Listen,
was gonna
thanks
say.
so we don't
This
have
may not
time
be
to say
right.
anything else. We can talk, but we've got to go. Thanks so
All
much
right,
for spending this hour with us. See you.
Great episodes, I think. I've continued to be really impressed with Rolanda. Let me see if I've got anything in my liked that's just a few minutes long. Let's take just a couple minutes and look at one of Methadone Clinic's new videos. They look like they're a little more vibey now. This one's from one day ago.
Baby dear, the only thing different, the only thing new, I've got your pictures, he's got you, I've got the record.
Betty Ford clips. Oh my, these are some like Ruby understudy vibes.
The only thing different, the only thing new, I've got these pictures, she's got you, I've got your memory, what have you got me? I really don't know, but I know it won't let me be.
Oh no! We had a member of production walk into the shot.
I've got your passphrase that proves you care, and it still looks the same, the very same as when you gave it, dear. The only thing different, the only thing new. I got these little things.
All right, let's move forward.
What is it, Paul?
We only had the one downstairs, and that was in case they got locked out of the room. Because
Why are you cuddling me?
was in the hallway. So,
Why are you cuddling me?
Like at the top of the stairs, where it wasn't really
Okay.
a hallway. Ash was coming
Guys, Paul is cuddling me. Look at him. Paul?
I mean, I would
Paul.
want to know if my
What's
eyelash
up?
was coming off. We're living free.
I'm wearing my homie shirt. I'm listening to Beck and Destiny. I'm in my happy place.
Okay, so she's a Destiny viewer. That could lose some points with Shabatoni.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Beth.
Welcome
She's
to
not
Beth.
brushed her hair in a couple days again, and it shows a little. Ah! actually, it's not that bad. Never mind. We're good.
Hey, Laughing Cedar.
It is not that bad. It looked worse than it was. So, wait. Oh yeah, it's not even bad at all. Crazy. Oh, the back's kind of bad.
Hitler cat.
So the last few days have been pretty good. I've been hanging out with my friend. Well, I guess, is it like danger if I use a bunch of names? I don't know. Anyway, I've been hanging out with my friend a lot lately, which has been really nice. We had.
Yeah, I don't know how much of an IRL it was, but it was interesting for like a test.
Seen each other in a lot of years, and then it was for a silly reason too, and like kind of like my fault. So I just decided to let that silly reason die, and I contacted him, and ever since then we've been hanging out again, and it's been really nice, and yeah, it's been really nice. And what was I gonna say? Some other new things in my life, like, as y'all know, I don't really like.
I think even Ruby, when she had her little situation with her doctor and got her meds taken away, I still think they like took care of her methadone, or like helped her get, like, you know, but I don't think she ever had like a drop off of not having it for an extended period of time that I remember
Like,
anyway.
have a ton of friends. Like, well, now I have a friend because I have my friend back, which is, again, very, 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 I'm very grateful. And also couldn't have really come at a better time, because before that, for the past few months,
The best part to me is when the guy that was working over by the eggs just was, he had to be just waiting for somebody to come over and talk to him, because he had that whole story ready to go.
Basically my only like friend or like person to talk to and stuff like that was my ex. But then, like, I don't know, like, I just, like, I'm not gonna go into like crazy detail, because like, why, but like, I just felt very like disrespected, dismissed, displeased, just overlooked,
Censored, isolated, and terrorized.
misunderstood, like, completely just, and it was getting ridiculous, and I was just like,
Slow down.
whatever. And then he told me that he's giving up on me, which is a really beautiful thing to say to someone who's in the.
Well, and she's trying to behavior correct. She's trying to behavior correct me by comparing me to someone that she knows I will find disfavorable.
Middle of like a like mental health crisis. Hey, I'm giving up on you. Like, that could have been dangerous. Anyway, I just was like, eh,
The pears guy.
that's that. But
And then I told him we had to stop meeting like this, or people were going to get the wrong idea.
like, yeah, and to be honest, there's so much more that I want to say, but I don't know if I.
We'll be able to do much more interesting stuff when it warms up. There'll be a bunch of like outdoor events and places that are like, the zoos will be open and shit like that.
Should say it.
The Amish will come out of hibernation.
So I'm just gonna wait a bit and decide if I want to say it, you know what I mean? Like, just a few things that went on with that. Because at the end of the day, I can talk about it. It's not like I'm like naming or shaming anybody. Like, I would like to talk about some things.
True.
And how they affected me, but also I'm like, he probably fucking watches this still. And like, you know, that won't deter me either, because like, my experience is my experience.
All right, let's
so
jump
like,
ahead a
for
little
example, he's totally welcome to go on lately. I don't know how far I should push that, you know, like,
Shot
or
collar.
if I don't like, I'm very conflicted feelings about if I should be drinking at all, but I like drinking. And I don't know, but I also, it does a number on my mental, like, I don't know, especially like in the middle of the night when you wake up because you've sobered up, like, you know, it just, my mental always feels like I've been through hell. So I don't know if I should
What do you think? Lol Angels material or no?
kind of like put the kibosh on that, or if I should just like try to slow it down, or what. Like I'm just
Here we
I'm just
go.
kind of thinking.
Okay,
I
so
feel like
she.
I'm in
I like this. She
and I
has
feel
her
like
it all like sectioned off. So now we're in the pole. By the way, now we're up with the jump roping. This is a convergence of so many of my YouTube interests. Again, the algorithm is really nailing it down.
Or his lifestyle somehow, and did the same thing with his parents' crap too. So, what else? I know he peddled his dad's pills. Yeah, he was a first-class citizen. We all know that. Which is why he got kicked out of his house. Yep. And I'm going to call you back in 15 minutes if I can, because we got the 1 minute. All right, later. All right, bye.
The time is 8:19 p.m.
Okay. Hey, I'm back. Yay. So, this is the last 15 minutes thinking about these yahoos. Yeah, what's the time? Can't believe that. Just
Hey, Joe.
all of them.
That's good for now.
Trying to do.
This is the tidy up portion of the stream, I think.
My mentals are on fire, but the show must go on.
I love YouTube. There's so many of these like aquariums that you can look into and see what all the different like fish are doing. It's just so it never ceases to amaze me, the stuff that people put on here. Healthy Family Force, no, not that I'm aware of. They've posted a couple shorts, but people are speculating that they're like that there's something big going on, but nobody really seems to have any real proof of anything. Vacuum content. There's like I think 11 hours or something like that of footage in Fish Tank Season 3 when they come in and the professionals come in and deep clean the carpet. Somebody actually clipped the entire thing, and I really wanted to do a review of it, but there's like literally no content. It's all like carpet cleaning. Leave me alone. I have this exact trunk here, by the way. Like literally, I'm looking at it. It even has the lighter brown middle. Good job.
Okay, so I'm trying to challenge my eating disorder, and also like I'm just
Great stream. This is a fantastic stream. She's got the opening that like hooks you in. She's got the she's got her dancing and singing portion. Then she segues into like a long like personal update section of the video. Then you've got the rope skipping, you've got the vacuuming, now you get like the wind down mukbang. I mean, this is a pretty packed video. 56 views. Come on.
just like kind of letting myself have like comfort foods, like especially from my childhood today, just because I don't know, I just felt like it. And so this morning I made a little grilled cheese, and then now I have this ramen noodles, and these scare me because I feel like they don't digest ever, but like that's a myth, right? Like that's probably not true. But they're a huge fear food of mine, but I like them from my childhood. So yeah, that's what we're gonna have for lunch today. Let's try a bite. It's kind of hot. Oh my god, it's really spicy. Like, they have this pack of like chili oil or whatever you put in it, and I literally put like just the smallest squirt of it, because if you put the whole thing, you're just going to suffer through this. Like,
Suffer.
this isn't the kind I ate when I was young. The kind I ate when I was young was always chicken flavored, but
Suffer, Beth.
we had this one in the house, and I like spicy, so.
You don't like her, Ember?
Those are good. I'm pretty sure I got this at the Dollarama, and it's very good. So if you ever want to try this, it's literally, I'm pretty sure it's literally from Dollarama. But yeah.
We got to remember too, like a lot of these people, like when I show them to you, I haven't seen much of them or like hardly any of them either. So like sometimes you got to watch for a while to see, or at least I do, to see if I'm like going to be hooked into the story or not. But like you can tell also like right from the get-go, like some people are just like, no. So I get it.
Have a nice day, everyone.
Late night rehab. Oh, the next one, we've already seen this one. This was where we're not going to watch it. We don't have to watch, we're not going to watch it again. But that's where she was at. That's where we found her at, if you don't remember. She made a video called Back to Day One. 3 years ago, back to day one, tried to unalive myself at a Popeyes and was taken to jail for the night. That's the video that came up in my algorithm, so. You wonder if HFF is down because Rich fell off the wagon? I'm not sure. George needs to interview her? Wow. All right, I'm going to go. I'll be back Monday. We're going to start early. I think it's 7:30. That way we can get the remainder of the Unlocking the Mind of Ben Thorpe done. And then I don't know what we're going to do from there, but we'll figure it out. He was taking shots on stream recently. Well, they haven't gone live in a long time. People are basing, like, they're saying that they're trying to monitor their money through Social Blade, I think, which you can't really, Social Blade is not going to be super accurate on that, but next IRL, I don't know. I mean, I could maybe go to like another store or something, but there's not really a lot of, I don't know, maybe I can find like an indoor museum or go to like a government building or something. We'll figure it out. All right, well, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. God bless Rolanda for her fantastic TV show. We'll definitely do some more Rolanda. All right, but anyway, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Hormaxer, Deep Diving, Sarah the Raging Tomato.